It's Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
It's Clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberoids, clobberooskies, clobberettes, clobberians, and every other kind of clobber out there, and those who are not, of course. The secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to Clobberin Times, issue number 685 on YouTube, of course, but 1,385 overall. It's Wildcard Wednesday night in Doctor Who month. Tonight we will talk about favorite docs and favorite friends, companions, and stuff like that. And then basically, after we get through doing that, maybe some other basic Doctor Who open talk. A week from tonight, of course, I will count down my top 25 all-time favorite Doctor Who stories / episodes, of course. Stories, episodes. Either way you want to phrase it. In the meantime, let's see what's going on with all you great folks out there. Let's see who's here with us tonight. Oopsies. There we go. Sorry. First I should do show notes. Then I can do the shout outs. Let me do it in the right order at least. Okay, tomorrow night, for Clobby's Clubhouse. Of course, number one, Raquel will be here with me as always. Wonderful. And but our chief engineer Mark D will not. So I don't know if we're going to review anything or not. I'm going to check, and I guess we can still do our reviews. I guess he won't mind if we do them. I don't know. We could hold off on that though. I'll see what number one wants to do, because we held off on reviewing things when number one was gone. So I'm going to hold off. I think we might just hold off reviewing things and just talk about some other basic stuff for a while. Do a shorter show, because I think the following week, I think Mark will be here, and of course the week after that will be Thanksgiving. So, next week will be Thanksgiving, so we won't have a clubhouse then either. I guess I'll be here for a special Thanksgiving show, the clubhouse next Thursday, but I doubt Mark might not. We'll be able to make it then. We'll find out. But we'll get back to the reviewing. We'll figure it out. I don't know what to do. All these holidays are coming up, and they kind of screw things around a little bit, turn things backwards and forwards and up the front and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, tomorrow night before the clubhouse, I might be on over there with the great Tom Connors on the Midnights After Dark. And then Friday night, there's Jack Kirby's Fourth World Reviews, as always, on my great buddy J-Man's channel, Sean and J-Man and myself. Review, of course, the classic Jack Kirby masterpiece, his Fourth World Saga from the early Bronze Age. of DC Comics. And that is a lot of fun. We're getting close to the end of that. A few more to go on that one. We review 3 issues a week. And again, it's great fun. We love it. And then I remember I won't be on Nick's show Friday night. I got to remind Nick of that, but I have something to do, but he will have that show nonetheless. And of course, Saturday night, though, as always, Saturday night Star Trek. Same Trek time, same Clubby channel. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager Season 3 reviewed by my wonderful first officer and myself, as per usual. And then, of course, there's the Sunday Night Geekery. I've checked with the chief engineer. He'll be back for that, 10 p.m. Eastern on his channel, Mark D with a C's channel. If you have not subscribed to that, please do. And we usually just geek out on a Sunday night, hang out and talk about various geekness. And sometimes it becomes a little eatery too, but it's mostly geekery. And then, and then I'll be back Monday night with on J-Man's channel. We're either our Legion of Superheroes show that we do at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. Silver Age. Well, we're reviewing all Legion of Superheroes from 58 to 209. But we may have a special guest on that show and not review anything. Either way, the Legion show will go on. And then after that, later, of course, we'll be back for part 2 of our Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, 9 p.m. Central on my channel. Reviewing the last 4 issues of the Doctor Who Star Trek Next Generation comic and other Doctor Who comics talk. And now, tonight, of course, we always like to shout out our great wrenches and any other friends that were here with us tonight. Whether they're here or not, they get the shout out. Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrencher, the Great White North. Hello there, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for all you do. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. Lord Thoth and Lady Thoth, of course. Avon lives, long live the Legion, my friend. The aforementioned great J-Man, my partner in crime on Earth B and fellow Legionnaire extraordinaire and reviewer of comics and other things. Good buddy, J-Man on his channel, great channel. Stephen Cowell, the Super Wrench. Maddie's daddy, Thor in Vegas, 3 Mjolnir, and the rascally wrench himself, the Phantom outside here, and Maximum Redstone, the Music Master wrench. Thank you so much. And now let's see. Let us take a look at who is with us here in the chat tonight. Putin's Cat, greetings. FKHC 2005 Hike says I'll be watching this tomorrow. Okay, well, a shout out to you tomorrow when you're watching this. Thank you. Appreciate that so much. I appreciate anyone who is watching later on a download or a rewatch, if you call it that. And then anyone who's lurking, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Comic Relief Crusader, what's up, buddy? Dave C. Hail, my friend. Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Bad news, still have a sore rat. Cough, thus am not able to see one of your favorite films. It's at the theater of Scarface and you want to go see it. I'm sorry about that, man. So sorry about that. Didn't get to make it, but like the good news is you're still able to talk Doctor Who with a bunch of awesome people. Well, thank you so much for that. And I'm always happy to have you here talking Doctor Who with us, buddy. Thank you for being here. Did I say Dave C already? Of course I did, Dave C. Keely Chow, roll that tide, brother. Let's see who else is up in here. Let's see. There's nobody named Rachel here, and she's not an AI. It's Raquel, and she'll be here tomorrow night. Mistral Niblick. Hey there, what's up? It's JT Kirk. Yo, brother, what's happening, man? Penny. Lovely to see you, Penny. Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. Max Redstone's here. All righty. Not tonight, Putin. Sorry to disappoint you. She's here on Thursday nights and Saturday nights. Tonight it is just me and you all who all decide to stay. Anyway. So, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, and all that, the TARDIS and all that stuff. I wish I could play that song. You can't play anything. Because, see, I would do a show about Doctor Who themes. Hey, Ezra Goldstein, shalom, my friend. I'd do a show about all the different versions of the Doctor Who theme. It has to be the most versatile theme music, opening theme to any TV show ever. It would seem like to me. And all those, it's so I actually like almost any version I hear is pretty cool. It's such a great opening theme. And I would do a show about that, but you can't play it anyway. Let's see. Alejandro says, will we be discussing which companion was better with which doctor? Ex Sarah Jane versus Pertwee? We can. I mean, you can, anything you have to say, if you have something, say something like that. Yes, this is mostly just a laid back stream where we'll talk about, we'll get into the companions a little bit later. But basically, if you guys have things to say and want me to read them, that's also too. Alan says, do you think the X-Files theme ripped off the Doctor Who theme? I don't see how, but do you think that? New Who crap is immediately relegated to trash. Yeah, absolutely, sir. Better than the Twilight Zone theme. I love the Twilight Zone theme there, Putin's cat, but no, I mean, I personally would prefer Ron Grainer's Doctor Who theme to as one of my, if not my all-time favorite of TV theme songs. It's right at the top 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. It might be my number 1, but I love the Twilight Zone theme. There's no question about it. Alejandro likes the 80s, 85 Peter Howell rendition. Nice. I love it. Better screamer, Joe Grant or Nissa. $16 Man, another great theme. Cool show, love it. Like I said, there are a lot of great ones. There's no question about it. It seems to me that Doctor Who is the one that's had so many different variations. It's insane how many. I mean, it not only has it changed within the show, there's also been a lot of fans who will make their own like crazy like renditions of it, and it's always cool. It never sounded similar to me, Alejandro, but again, that could just be me, man. Could just be me, sir. So basically, anyone who wants to, you can do one of two things. You can just tell me who's your favorite doctor. Or you could put them all in a row. You can list them in order of your favorite if you want. But you don't have to. You can just say who your favorite doctor is or who your top 3 is. I'm going to shock some people here. Now I'm going to use the standard numbering that they use. Let me see. Well, hang on a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I've got 13 of them listed for me. The order that I love the Doctor the most. And again, it doesn't mean a lot because I love a lot of them the same. But we all know the numbering is a little bit different from the truth of the show. Let's see here. Oh, let me do something. Before I forget. Alejandro, list it any way you want. 50-50 split. Okay, so, all right. Okay. That's the order mine is in. I'm letting the War Doctor count, even though he never had any episodes, because what the hell? Tom Baker is my favorite all-time Doctor, hands down. But John Pertwee is just right there on his heels. And actually, I'm one of those weirdos that loves... Lou, I got the order. I messed up something. Sorry. I got to start over. Because I'm an imbecile. Start over. All right. Go wrong there. Go. I screwed it up. Let me start over. Man, you can't even take stuff out of the chat if you want to. Come on, man. There you go. All right. Let's see here. Favorites. I'm saving yours. I'm going to read all of yours. Don't worry. We're going to get to all of them. Oh, but I miss any. Let me make sure. I'm missing yours, JT Kirk, because I know you're not telling the truth. I know you're trying, and I don't want to humiliate you. Okay. Okay, let's see. J.L. Picard, hello there. Good to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you here, Captain. Okay, don't worry, I'm saving everyone's. I want to see all your favorite doctors. Let's see here. 1, 2. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. They're really more than 13 doctors because if you go by the actual show, you have, of course, your first 8, Hartnell through McGann. Then it gets tricky because the War Doctor is retcon retroactive. But if you're going to count the War Doctor, that War Doctor technically would be number 9 because he's still a doctor. I don't care if you call him War or whatever. And if you do use that, but you don't have to. We're not going to use that. But I still like to point it out. Then you got, that would make Eccleston actually 10 instead of 11. First Tenant, 11 instead of 10. Then he regenerated into himself, which would make the second Tenant Doctor 12, and would make Smith 13. It would make Capaldi 14. If you really want to call it that way. Just saying, but you don't have to do it that way. But I put the War in there. I knew we'd have some Max. I knew Max would be a smarty pants. Somebody's always got to be a smarty pants. So anyway, my favorite are as follows. Tom Baker, John Pertwee, Patrick Troughton, Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, Matt Smith, Colin Baker, David Tennant, William Hartnell, Christopher Eccleston, Paul McGann, War, John Hurt, and then Peter Capaldi. But that said, obviously my first 3 or 4 I love the most, but I like them all. There are people who have a doctor or two they don't like. I don't have any of them I don't like. I don't like the way 12 was written. So in a sense, I guess I don't like that doctor, but I love the actor. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Alejandro. I'm not going to get into the whole War Doctor argument so much. So just put him in there because he's in there. But if you don't want to count him, that's cool. I understand it. Hey, You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to think of War Doctor as Doctor Comic Relief Crusader. I'm just being pedantic. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but he is a doctor. He's got all the same memories. A full doctor. He forced the regeneration to do what necessary. Nah, he was dying. He was going to die, so they used that elixir of Karn, which I can't stand that, by the way. But I think war counts, but that's okay. You don't have to count him. If you don't like him, here's where you can justify excluding War Doctor. Maddie's daddy, what's up, bud? One way you could exclude him is you could simply say he never had any adventures on his own, so you don't have to count him. So I just put him in there, but I could have left him out. See, Max Redstone, we have a big disagreement there. I agree with the first part of what you said. Peter Capaldi had worse writing, but I disagree with what you said about Timothy Dalton as James Bond. I love The Living Daylights, and I like License to Kill. Timothy Dalton was a wonderful, fantastic James Bond who I wish it continued. So I don't agree with you on your premise. I love The Living Daylights. It's one of my favorite Bond movies, so too bad. But that's okay. Just a disagreement. It will live. Ezra said, well, I'm going to star these so it'll be easy to take them. Good to see you, Steve, though. Before we get on him. License to Kill is your favorite, Alejandro? I like it, but I love Living Daylights more, personally. But that's cool. I do like License to Kill because Dalton's brilliant in it. He's a great Bond to me. Let's see. I'll make sure I got everybody before we get started on the ones I've got starred. Ezra, I want to make sure I got your comments. You said I caught your comment that says, where are we at? Where you said, where you at now, Ezra? I'm gonna find you. Oh, you said, thus I don't count the War Doctor. I got to find where you said before that. I hear you, Red. Oh, I hear you, Max. Sorry, I misunderstood, but I thought he got great writing in Living Daylights. But I hear you, buddy. License to Kill is your favorite Bond theme song, D-Bud. Really, it's a Gladys Knight, right? I think is it Gladys Knight or was it yeah. I like it. I don't know. I think I like I don't know. I love Live and Let Die and Spy Who Loved Me themes better personally, but that's a great one. That's a good one. I even like Living Daylights theme by Aha. Let's see. Let me find. We're going to get started on your saved comments in just a sec. Let me go back down. JL Picard said JT Kirk cheated. He did cheat. You're right. I've got all about that. But yeah. My favorite doctor. Huh. Okay. Make sure. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Then we're going to start with those. Word on a full doctor. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We'll make sure. Mistral says Capaldi was strong. I love the actor. I just think the writing for the character was terrible. I didn't like any of his episodes really. Very true, D-Bud. There are no doctors after Capaldi. That's for sure. Okay, I'm missing some, so I'm going back and grabbing some that I missed. because I don't want to miss anybody. But if I do, you guys let me know. I'm about to start. Did Rassilon get Dalton, or did Dalton get Rassilon? I like that one, Max. Oh, I don't know, buddy. Way too happy. The problem with him is, as Bond, is he was way too happy. It was like he could. No, I don't see that at all, Phantom. That's what we said about Dalton about Bond is just no. I can't even relate to you on that one. No way. I think I got you, Ezra, in the first cop on the War Doctor. If not, I'll get you to reiterate. No, I can't find it. Where is it? I'm going slow again, looking for it, buddy. Oh, got it. Dad, man, what's up, dude? Project Storytime, what's up, man? I saved your comment. We'll get to you. Yeah, I got you. I got you now, Ezra. I found it. The Sonic glasses. Yeah, Mr. All didn't like that. No. I found it, Ezra, but that's cool. Okay, now we are good to see you, Dad, man. My buddy Project Storytime says, Peter Capaldi is like a master chef forced to work the fryer at McDonald's. Such a waste of talent. He did great with the crap he was given. I agree. He was brilliant actor. I love him. I mean, it was, to me, it's one of the biggest crimes. Until Chibi came along, he and Jodie, and really committed the Timeless Children on us, and the Jodie Doctor as well. I thought there could be no bigger crime than the waste of 3 years and bad writing for the character of Capaldi. It was disgraceful to Peter Capaldi. And then Chibi says, yeah, as the old saying, the time-worn saying is, hold my beer. You think that's ruining the show? Hey, great actor, but shitty episodes, you should be happy because I'm going to destroy it all, baby. And he did. So, all right. All right, then let's see here. So, make a double check in, and I got everybody. Where? Crap. Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm going to go and, hey, Max Redstone with a member chat, member for 15 months. Thanks, buddy. He says, new from Milton Bradley, the game of Rassilon. This is the game of Rassilon. A world made of cardboard. Welcome. Good to see you, my friends. Greetings. Project Storytime. Thank you. I got yours. Going to read them all. I'm going to read all of these, folks. Hungry Boy. What's up, dude? Jodie was wasted as the Doctor. She needed a better ride. To me, Jodie, even if she were not a horrible actress, wouldn't work because the Doctor's a man no matter what. That's just for me. The opinions can vary. I wouldn't accept her if she was a good actress. However, it's almost more convenient that she was terrible. Hey, Larry, what's up, buddy? In a sense, I'm almost grateful that she was horrifically bad. But because she'd have been in good stories, I would have been what a waste. Because the Doctor's a man, and nothing changes that for me. And you can call me any kind of ist you want to call me. I'm sorry, the Doctor's a man, and there are plenty of women who agree with that as well. So, if the writing had been decent, just decent, because it wasn't even decent, it was horrific, and I did watch it. If it had been just okay and decent, I would still go, well, that's just a shame because the Doctor's a man, and this is stupid. So. From get-go, it was DOA to me, granted, but I still watched it to see that if at least, just to see what it would be like. And, yeah. And because, frankly, I've been watching Doctor Who for so long, over 41 years, that I just had to give it a shot. Is Chris Persia? Are you leaving? Good night, Chris Persia. Thank you for being here, buddy. I really appreciate you, bro. Thanks for all you do. Have a good one. All right, now I'm going to get started on your comments, folks, about our favorite doctors. So bear in mind, if you're saying any more about your favorites, I'm not seeing that side because I'm over here on the starred section. So I'm just going to go with what I have. Alejandro says his favorite 60s, and he broke them down by time, so that's perfectly fine. His favorite 60s doctor is Patrick Troughton. I can respect that. Love him. For the 70s, he prefers a split between Pertwee and Tom Baker. Again, hey, I love them both. His favorite 2000s doctor is David Tennant. Understandable. And his 2010s doctor is Matt Smith. And so I thank you so much. Love all those guys. I mean, I like them all. I even love Capaldi in spite of how bad the scripts were. I mean, and how they wrote him. I hated how they wrote him. But I still love the actor, and that's why it wasn't his fault that he got lumbered with that crap, so I consider him a legit doc. And always will. Even though, well, you know. Comic Relief Crusader, Tom Baker, then Patrick Troughton for him. There you go. Let's see here. Comic Relief Crusader puts his in order. He goes, Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton, William Hartnell, John Pertwee, Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston, Peter Capaldi, Colin Baker, and then I don't know who 13 is. If you put in Jody, I'm not going to say the name. Ugh. Doesn't even belong on the list since he's not legit. So this channel does not acknowledge Jody Whittaker as a doctor, folks. I make that executive decision as the captain here. By the way, that doesn't mean you can't. You can say all you want. It's free speech. But this in this dojo, we don't recognize, in this TARDIS, I should say, we don't recognize that filth. And from the Jody, after Capaldi left, it was over. Jody's not a doctor to me, and Timeless Children is maggot-infested putrid drivel that deserves, well, you get the point. My friend Ezra Goldstein, Shalom, says, my favorite doctor is the fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, the third Doctor, John Pertwee, and then the seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. Love them all, Ezra. Right there with you on the same page. Ezra says, I don't like the idea of the War Doctor because it screwed the Doctor's timelines. I can't argue with that. I won't argue with that. Alejandro says, I've made peace with the War Doctor. Okay. Like I said, I have too, because John Hurt was really good. I just wish they hadn't done it that way. So I'm with you. Thus, I don't count the War Doctor, says Ezra. That's a fair cop. No problem with that at all. I understand. This is the game of wrestling. Let's see up in here. Project Storytime said his favorites are William Hartnell, Christopher Eccleston, Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton, Paul McGann, John Pertwee, Matt Smith, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, David Tennant, and Peter Capaldi. And I'm including the audio dramas. Good. They're valid. Thank you, Project Storytime. Good to see you, buddy. Alejandro says, question, do the Daleks cameo in Looney Tunes Back in the Action confirm that the Doctor exists in the Looney Tunes universe, or that the Doctor and the Daleks have visited that universe from our own, rather? Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say the answer, yes. The Doctor just some kind of mix-up with the TARDIS, and boom, there he was. We'll talk about the companions later, by the way. So again, if you're let me check every once in a while, see if anything else, anyone's popped in. But I'm mostly looking at the starred column. Sorry about that. J-Man, what's up, buddy? Yeah, let me see yours, J-Man, if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. Bop. Call Jody Blondie. To each their own. I think the doctor can be anyone, but the way it felt forced, out of touch, it suddenly gender changed, let alone the forced cheekbones of the companions for Jodie. Well, you're right. To each of their own. I mean, you could like whatever you want, Mr. All. I don't think the doctor could be anything. I think that is all agenda-driven nonsense. And it sprung from a joke Tom Baker made back in the 80s. But that's fine. I mean, if you think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone can have their opinions on it. It doesn't work for me. I don't accept it. The doctor's a man, and this. By the way, why should there be anything wrong with him being a man? And when you swap him like that, especially because of the agenda, you are in fact not you and me in particular. You might just think it's cool for him to be a woman, but when they do that, it is agenda driven, and they are saying somehow it's been unfair all this time that the doctor's been a man, which is patent idiocy. And so I don't accept it. I reject it. But let's just say we lived in this weird world where they didn't have that kind of stuff. Like agenda, and it was just honestly, let's say the writer's room wasn't full of agendas SJW types, and it just said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if all those jokes about the doctor being a woman, and one day we just make it happen? We find some weird accidental way to make it happen in the regeneration. And that we're doing it just because they thought it would make the show interesting. I could have some artistic respect for it. I wouldn't agree with it, but I can go, you know what? If they were trying to do something out of box thinking, okay, good actress, might be all right. However, if he's been a man for 2,000 years, to me it's and he has, because by the way, there were no other doctors. Then to me, it just needs to stay that way. But I know what you're saying, Mr. All. I can understand that. A lot of people are more easy with that concept of a woman playing them if it's a good actress. But I'm not. For example, as horrible as that show was, that Joe Martin actress is a good actress. She does a fine job in the performance, but that's not the doctor. Even in Moffat's very last episode, Twice Upon a Time, the first doctor played by David Bradley categorically states he's terrified because he's going to regenerate for the first time. And he says, I'm the original, you might say. And it's stated over and over again that there's one doctor. He's the first doctor, and Capaldi is the last. So it was not arrived at in an honorable way. The decision to change the gender, it was done for some fake notion that Doctor Who, being a man for the 50-something years until now 60 years, was somehow some sort of injustice, and it's bullshit. But like I said, if it had been done for a truly honest, creative purpose, I still wouldn't agree with it, but I could respect it. And I don't respect this. But I really appreciate. But that said, Mr. All opinions are welcome here, and I appreciate you being here. Fanty says, top 4 doctors in any order after Baker are Sir Tom Baker. That's right. I decided to knight him. QE 2 and Charlie 3 were too damn slow. Tennant, Smith, Davison. Thank you. Maximum Redstone says, my favorite doctors, Tom Baker, John Pertwee, Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, Sabalam Glitz in the Valyard. 15-yard penalty on Max Redstone. Sabalam Glitz is not a doctor, but the Valyard is the doctor. So you like him, eh? Well, the only reason he might not qualify is because he doesn't have any episodes of his own, unless there's, and I'm not counting. If it's a big finish with the Valyard by himself, whatever. That's cool. But anyway, I'm just razzing you, Max. I appreciate that. Thanks. Let's see if anybody else popped in real quick before we get moving. Making sure here. Charlie is, we're going to talk companions later, but Project Storytime likes Charlie. I only have heard like one of those with her. So, here we go. All right, so D. Bud Martin, Little Wrench of Iron says his favorites are John Pertwee, Patrick Troughton, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, William Hartnell, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker. The others are just different to me. Yeah, I got you. Into Classic Who the most, so am I, buddy. Even though I do count the other ones, I like some of the new ones. I'm right there with you. Mr. All Nibbuck says, I'm hoping RTD can revive after Chibi's ruined the show. Felt Chibs had the worst episodes before taking over the Moffat. For Moffat, I'll tell you why I have no confidence in RTD, Mistral. It's because he's already said he's not going to. Here's the deal breaker for me. It's bad enough that he's not going to. Okay, a project, sure. You could. Hey, one night we will absolutely talk Doctor Who sometime if you want. I would love to have you come on talk. And I hope to see you soon. But RTD, Mistral Niblick, Mistral RTD has already said that he's not going to retcon the Timeless Children. Bad enough he won't erase the Jodie drivel, which for me is kind of a deal breaker anyway. But the fact that he won't annihilate the Timeless Children, he's going to leave that intact, tells me that he has no, and it's not just what a horrible person he has been in the public world. That's worse. That makes him the fake fan that I know always known he was. I've been very critical of RTD in the past. He's done some good things and some really bad things. I've talked a little bit about how much the problems I have with RTD in his better days, and so I have no confidence in him whatsoever. And I'll watch those David Tennant stories to see what happens. And I hope he's lying. I hope he's just trying to tell us that he's pulling our leg and he really changed and if he retcons the Timeless Children, but he's not going to do that. I wish he would erase that and Jodie and just go back, get Capaldi to come in and do a regeneration scene. All the Jodie's shit was made up. And yeah, but that's the way it's going to be probably. And Mistral says he's a progressive person, which, by the way, even though I don't agree with his politics, that's fine. But he's also a very abusive person. Anyone that doesn't fall in lockstep with his views. So I expect him not to erase Jodie's time, but he can write sci-fi, at least in my opinion. Sometimes I agree with that. Sometimes he can. Sometimes he writes in a horribly, needlessly histrionic way, in my opinion. But hey, he's done some good stuff. RTD is as much a fan of Who as Jar Jar Abrams is of Star Trek, says Alejandro. Well, I mean, he claimed to be a big fan of Doctor Who. Now, I would have to say out of the two, RTD did know more about Doctor Who than Jar Jar Abrams, who knew nothing and still knows nothing about Star Trek, but I hear you. Anyway, I'm still with the sentiment there. All right. Alejandro also said favorite 80s Doctor I think would be Davis and McCoy being runner-up. Gotcha. D-Bud says, too bad there aren't any doctors after Capaldi. It's a shame, isn't it? Although, they extended his regeneration already. So, yeah. JT Kirk says, Tom Baker, Tom Baker, John Pertwee, Colin Baker, David Tennant, Patrick Troughton, and William Hartnell. Okay, he doesn't like them all, but he likes a few, so that's cool. Project Storytime said Peter Capaldi is like a master chef forced to work in the fryer McDonald's. Oh, yeah, you wrote that. I said that earlier. He did great with the crap he was given. Nah, that's a fair cop. Ezra also said, I'll restate it again. I didn't like the War Doctor concept because it screwed the Doctor's timelines. Indeed, it did, my friend. Indeed, it did. Hunger Boy said, howdy, Clobby. Chibi was a criminal, and I love Troughton best and Pertwee than Baker. I'm assuming you mean Tom Baker. Thank you. World Man of Cardboard said, Sarah Jane were fantastic together. Agreed, my friend, and thank you for being here. And my great buddy, J-Man, partner of Crime on Earth B, has his list. He says, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, David Tennant, Colin Baker, William Hartnell, Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston, Patrick Troughton, Sylvester McCoy, Peter Capaldi, and then 5 through 8. Oh, okay. Oh, then Peter Davis and then Paul McGann. Gotcha. Sorry. What? This isn't final at this point, but it's top 5. But top 5 is good. Got you covered. Thank you, J-Man. I misunderstood there for a second. So, Can we send Chris Chibnall back to Nuremberg trials for crimes against sentient creation? I wish. And I do agree with you, Ezra. RTD makes JNT look like a genius. JNT had his faults, but JNT did a lot better Doctor Who, in my opinion. Now, see, RTD he did some good ones. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. I meant to say Star Wars, not Star Trek, when discussing Jar Jar. That's okay, but it applies worse. It applies more to Jar Jar Abrams on Star Trek, Alejandro, because I see what you're saying, because he said he was a Star Wars fan, yeah. When he admitted he wasn't a Star Trek fan, so yeah. But yeah, exactly, Alejandro. At least JNT era was fun. There are a lot of great. Look, they have some clunker seasons and episodes. Or he's got bad episodes. You know, RTD, but he didn't destroy anything. JNT had some bad episodes, but RTD actually did some rotten things to Doctor Who, in my opinion. I hate the Time War, everything about it. I hate the whole Last Son of Gallifrey garbage. Again, don't get me wrong. Multiple things can be true at the same time. I can love a show and hate certain things in it. For example, I loved Eccleston. Most of the season had a lot of great stories in there. But the whole Time War thing and him being the big boohoo baby with the mopey doctor, histrionic mopey doctor was invented by RTD. We lost. Oh yeah, agreed, Max. Philip Hinchcliffe was the best. Love his era. Barry Letts was great too. Douglas Adams was great on when he was a script editor as well. So RTD gave us mopey doctor, whiny doctor, all of it, histrionic doctor, braggart doctor, and puppy love companions. He sort of giveth and took away. He gave us Rose, which led to Martha. Now, Martha, at least I like her better. She's a beautiful woman. Rose wasn't quite as bad with Eccleston, but with Tennant, man, the puppy love shit made me sick. Hated it. And then, of course, he was so hung up on Rose. You know, I guess if you're going to be hung up on a woman, how about not a 19-year-old child? I mean, at least Martha was a little bit older than that. Not much, though. The whole romance crap was so wrong in Doctor Who. I mean, it still was a good show. Don't get me wrong, but I cringed so much. And again, it's not because I hated Rose necessarily. I hated that aspect to her character. I didn't hate Martha. I love her. I love the actress, but I hated that aspect to her character. At least she got past it a little bit. That's why Donna was such a breath of fresh air, because she didn't have that crap. Agreed, Mr. All. Poor old Mickey Smith. What a shame, because I really liked him, actually. The Time War, I endowed it as much as the new universe from Shooter Club. Yeah. Shit, yeah. Copper said, yeah, but didn't this whole Time War thing just start happening around the 6th, 7th Doctors, roughly? No, it started with Time War started really with RTD. There was no Time War before that. Yeah, I love Donna because she didn't take any shit off the Doctor. So what happened? Andrew Cartmel and some other writers with the 7th Doctor era they added this little mystery, this mysteriousness to the 7th Doctor. Like, we didn't know what he was. They started kind of building upon that, and it went nowhere because the show got canceled. But they were starting to really. There's even one thing like not just any Time Lord, and who was the Doctor? They totally whiffed on that, which was a shame. Yeah, Time War was, and he was doing it to exclaim to, yeah, you're right, the gap between 7 and 9, or really 8 and 9, or 7 and 9, that's fair enough. But, yeah, and I don't like it. I mean, the Last Son of Gallifrey crap gave us Mopey Doctor, Emo Doctor, whatever you want to call him. Like I said, Histrionic Doctor, Braggart Doctor, all that crap. And I still love those actors. Okay. I can still love an episode and still not like certain elements to it. Whereas I kind of enjoyed it when he was on the run from his people. He was a happy-go-lucky doctor. Yes, he got intense when he had to, but he was still having a good time running away from the Time Lords. That way you could go to Gallifrey once in a while. They used him to get things done sometimes. It's sort of like that was our whole era. This was 2005. We live in a time, and we lived in a time back then where everything had to go dark. Everything had to be, for example, they take a character like Barry Allen in The Flash, just using him as an example. One of the fun-loving, lighthearted superheroes who didn't have to have a horrible, tragic background, like, Superman and Batman and Peter Parker. And, it was why, they all had a tragic background, which was fine for those characters. But they had to say, you know what? Let's kill Barry Allen's mother. Let's go create a torturous background. Instead of this, he's a guy that got superpowers and loved being a superhero. I hated that shit. Screw you, Johns, or whoever did it. It was a Wade Johns, whoever did it. I hate you for that. Good night, J-Man. Good to see you there, buddy. Thank you. However, they did the same thing that they did to multiple characters who didn't have horribly tragic past origins, and did that to the Doctor. They retconned him, or not retconned him. They didn't retcon it. I'll say fair enough, but they added to him for the absence a horrible, tragic thing that drastically changed his character, and I hate it. Hate it. It was not necessary. But they wanted the show to grow up, I guess. Yeah, Scarrow always gets blown up. The 7th Doctor destroyed Scarrow. Goodbye, World of Cardboard. Have a good one. World made of cardboard. Good to see you. Thank you. The Doctor, with the hand of Omega, he destroyed Scarrow. But I guess it was the way things were at the time in our culture. I mean, we weren't, there was still good stuff being made in 2005, of course. But it was darker times. Comics had to be darker, and this had to be darker. And at that time, Star Trek was ending with Enterprise. They weren't making any more. And even that last episode had some dark stuff. Everything had to be darkened for some reason, including Doctor Who. And the shows had a lot of good stuff after that, but I would say it kind of suffered for it as well. I like it. I mean, there were a lot of really good episodes that are under RTD's belt. Eccleston's terrific. Tennant's terrific. Smith is terrific, and even Capaldi with all those bad episodes as an actor's terrific. This is just my opinion as a 41-year a fan of Doctor Who for 41 years. But yeah, that kind of bugged me. But which brings us to the companions. The companions of Doctor Who. We've talked about our favorite Doctors. And we don't have to do any kind of particular order. That's not really about order. Companions are vital to Doctor Who. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you know this, of course. And it's almost easier to talk about companions we didn't like than ones we liked. At least for me, because there are only a couple I couldn't stand, and most of them either I'm cool with or I really, really love. So I'm going to name my favorites first. In no particular order. I'm just going to name them. You guys can write 3 or 4 favorites. For the longest time, it's like a dead tie almost between, I hate to use that word, my wonderful Sarah Jane Smith and Ace, Dorothy. As my 2 favorites. But I love Larry's been a fan 50 years. I love Joe Grant. Of course, the Brigadier. Brigadier's right there with the first 2. I mean, the top 3. And I consider him a companion. Yes, Adric's my... I miss the days when Adric was my worst problem with Doctor Who. Because I threw a Death of Adric party when Earthshock first aired here in 1983 at the comic shop. I miss the days when that was the biggest problem I had with a Doctor. And Turlo sucks too. I'm going to name, in fact, before I name ones I love, no, we'll go with ones we love. We'll do the ones we hate later. Let's do ones we love first. So for me, it's just a handful of ones I dearly love. Sarah Jane Smith, Ace, a.k.a. Dorothy. Why am I forgetting her last name? I'm an idiot. Someone knows in the chat. I'm an idiot. Just forget stuff. Anyway, Joe Grant, Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart. You guys can start putting them in the chat and I'll save them. Adric was Wesley before Wesley, says Larry. Dodo was fine. I mean, I didn't see a lot with her. Oh, I love Ian and Barbara and Susan. That first group of companions for Doc 1 was really a great team. I love them. I love Harry Sullivan. Harry Sullivan is an imbecile. Love him. The Brontosaurus is large and placid and stupid. Harry Sullivan should have been on the show more. Ezra, I have to admit to you, save the ones you don't like. I'll only go with the ones you like for right now, and we'll get back to the ones you hate. I love Jamie and Zoe, I love Jamie and Victoria and Jamie and Zoe. Leela, Romana, both Romanas, but especially number one, just because, oh, good Lord. I love Perry, not just because she's super cute. She was actually, okay, mostly because she was super cute, but Perry was great. Oh, I love K9, Mistral. I love, I love Captain Jack. Great character, and he was a companion. Great character. I grew to like Mickey Smith. I hated him in the episode Rose, and he became a very likable character, in my opinion, if we're talking about the new guys. Brigadier, I think our past is catching up with us. Or maybe it's our future. Go on, run. I met Nicholas Courtney and John Levine, the Brigadier and Sergeant Benton. Love them. Well, Mistral, you mentioned K9, and now I did too, thanks to you. Jamie, I love Jamie and Zoe. Yeah, I love Romana 1, but I like Lila Ward was good though. She was really a good character. I mean, both Romanas are solid for me, but of course, Mary Tam. Yeah. Saintly, I love her. Yeah, like proper Travis. Yeah. K9 Mark 1, 2, or 3. Affirmative, Master. I like all K9s. They're all acceptable, Master. K9 is the greatest character in Doctor Who history. Anyone who doesn't say so is illogical, and I will zap you. Affirmative, Master. It is time. Lila Ward is still around. Yeah. Gotta love Leela. I already mentioned her, of course, but Leela. Boy, oh boy, was she something in that outfit, huh? Thank you. Very much there, HB. Caller Fred. Yep. Love that episode. Well, I mean, I love that opening with her in the Ribos operation. She was really great in Pirate Planet as well. I loved her. Mistral, that's a good point. Strax was I really like Strax. To be honest with you, I like that whole group with Lady, what's her name? Vastra and Jenny and Strax. They were fun. They weren't really in it a lot, but they were pretty cool. I like them. I'm not ranking anything. I'm just naming ones we love. Like I said, Captain Jack's a great character. I love Captain Jack. He's a great one. I love Amy Pond and Rory. I hate the way they ended them. Not just because she's a hot redhead either. The Amy Pond story is wonderful, except the way they ended Amy and Rory. Don't get me started on that one. Let's not go there. So damn stupid. I got to admit, I do like River Song. A lot of people don't in this. You like Nardo and Missy? Well, Missy's not really a companion, is she, though? I didn't hate Nardo. It's just the show was so terrible at that point. Nardo. Missy's not a companion. She was the Mastra. She should have been the Ronnie, but who would be how about Chameleon? Just kidding. He doesn't count. He was Chameleon would have been cool if they had the effects for him, but Whoop. Perry and Perry's always lovely. Turlo, we're gonna get to the ones that I don't like in a little bit, but I'm gonna get all you listing ones that you like. Mel was annoying beyond belief with her stupid screaming. Let's see here. Like I said, Ian Chesterton, Barbara, Susan, Joey. Excuse me. Zoe, Jamie and Zoe, and Jamie and Victoria, Ben and Polly. We're all right. Donna Noble, love her. Love Donna. Yeah, I didn't hate Rose. I hated the way some of they wrote her in some ways. Yeah, I kind of liked the actor playing Nardo. He was kind of he was okay. It's just this, like I said, it's just the stories I don't like. But again, I love Joe Grant. I love Liz. I tell you what, I love Liz Shaw. I like Mike Yates. Let's get all these people mentioned. I mean, if we can. Yes, there was Steven and Dodo. We'll try to start from the beginning, not in perfect order, but we'll just say Susan, Ian Chesterton, and Barbara. Dodo, right? Steven and Dodo. Steven, it was an astronaut. See if I can do this in some order. I'll probably miss some, so excuse me. Then there was, if you don't count characters from the Dalek Master Plan, which you really shouldn't. J.D. Lewis, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Mike Yates did get done dirty. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Ben and Polly. Jamie, Ben and Polly and Jamie. Then there was Jamie and Victoria. Jamie and as far as the combos, and then Jamie and Zoe, and then of course there was Unit. There was Liz and the Brigadier and Sergeant Benton. No, Sergeant Benton wasn't on yet. It was Mike Yates. And then actually Sergeant Benton came back. He was Corporal Benton, and he was on the old he was in an earlier episode with Troughton. But anyway, so yes, Sergeant Benton. Let's just count the unit guys, all of them. The Brig, the Captain and the Sarge. And Liz, and then of course Joe Grant, and then Sarah Jane Smith, Harry Sullivan. I'm naming them as much order as I can go. The Woke Breaker. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. I know Benton was before Yates. He was on an episode. He was in the Web of Fear, I think. Or he was in he may have been in the Invasion, Alejandro. Yeah, I know he was before Bates. I just got him backwards. But I agree with you, Max. Mike Yates got done dirty. He sure did. All right. But where were I? Oh. And after Sarah Jane, of course, you've got Leela and K9 and Ramona 1 and Ramona 2 and Adric. JL Picard, does anyone like Osgood? Yeah, I didn't mind Osgood. She was okay in some of the episodes I saw. That's true. Paul Darrow was in Doctor Who and the Silurians. Yeah, Mel's terrible. Well, Paul Darrow got killed in that one, I think. We mentioned all the canine marks. Alejandro likes, I hate, as much as I hate that Fox pilot, I did like Grace. Grace was wonderful. Daphne Ashbrook's beautiful and terrific. So yeah, Grace Holloway. Thank you, Alejandro. All right, where was I? Yeah, Tegan and Nissa and Adric team. Oh boy. Then just Tegan and Nissa. Then of course Tegan and Turlo and Chameleon, and then Perry. Don't forget Frobisher. No, that was just the comics. Then Mel, then Ace, and that's all for the old show. Then there's Rose, that little twerp that lasted them for one episode. Who went to that they met in Dalek, but they dumped them in the next episode with the Jagra Fest or whatever. And then Captain Jack, Martha, Donna, Amy, and Rory. Oswald didn't last long enough. She had to become friggin'. Well, the first Clara, the one that died at the end of Snowman, she was great. Then there's Clara Oswald, Danny P. Ugh, it gets bad after that. Ugh, anyway, all right. Let's see what we have here, folks. I'm gonna save a bunch of these. Now we're going to talk about ones that we don't like. We're going to specifically kind of talk about, stick with those in a little bit. All right, let's see what we got saved up in you. Max Russell said, Sarah Jane, Joe Grant, Sergeant Benton. Yes, love them. Alejandro asked Dodo. Yep, Dodo. She was on there with Steven, wasn't she? She was on with Steven. Of course, First Doctor. D-Bud says his favorites, Sarah Jane, Joe Grant, Jamie O'Crimmon, and the Brig. Same here. Love them. I just love them all. We're talking about ones that are great. Larry says, Brigadier. I tell you, Brigadier, there's nothing to worry about. Not far now, Brigadier. If the Ice Warriors don't get there first. Sarah Jane, Zoe, Leela, Harry, Jamie, and Susan, says HB. Yep, love them all. Greatness. Love them. Asking for a Brigadier t-shirt for Redbubble for this. Are there Brigadier t-shirts? That'd be pretty cool. But yes, the Brig and Benton, love them. John Levine was a super nice guy, by the way. Really cool. Mr. All said, oh, yeah, we did mention K9, Mr. But you can mention him as well. Thank you. Affirmative, Master. We have been mentioned all marks all at the same time. Thank you so much, Master Mistral. K9 has not been abandoned. Jamie, Perry, K-Don. Yeah, well, there you go. Gotta love that. Gotta love her. Next was came on Mark 1, 2, or 3. All of them. All marks are acceptable. Thank you very much, Master. Favorites, no order for Phantom Outsider. Sarah, Jane, Amy, Rory, Ace, Brigadier, Leela, Romana, K9, Wilfred. Yeah, Wilfred, that's a good one. He could count. Yeah, Jamie, Rose, Donna. We haven't talked about Ace enough. I love Ace. I love Dorothy. She had a fantastic characterization, character arc, unlike any character really on Doctor Who of the original series at the time, the original deal. But yes, we also haven't talked much about Wilfred. Wilfred was, again, just the man. Unfortunately, the actor unfortunately passed recently. He was great, though. Love Wilfred. I got to admit, yeah, Jamie was. Fraser Hines still kicking, by the way, Rose, yeah. And I love Donna. Donna Noble was so much fun. Catherine Tate's brilliant. Mary Tim, I'd call her Fred. That's a reference to the doctor saying the doctor didn't like her name, Romana Dervat to Lindar. He thought it was too long. Strax has his moments, says Mistral. Again, agreed. Strax was a lot of fun. A Santaran working with the doctor was hilarious. Yeah. I'm with you. I don't like ranking assistant, says Max. Now, yeah, no ranking. We're just talking about the ones we like. And we'll talk about the ones we don't care much for next, if you have any. Felt Strax added the campy humor they forgot Doctor Who needed. That's a very good point. And he was hilarious. Oh, man, that guy was great. I love that guy playing for Strax. Oops, almost forgot Nardole and Missy. Yeah, Nardole. Missy, to me, she wasn't a companion. She was pretending to be the master when she's really the Ronnie, but Nardole was cool. I didn't mind him. Perry, Planet of Fire. Hot. Yes. Let's see if anybody's popped in. Penny, good night. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's great to see you, my dear, and I hope you have a great night. Hey, could not be reached for further comment. Good to see you. I'm starting some other ones here, then we'll get back to those. Corporal Palmer. How many episodes was Corporal Palmer in, Max? I know it was like in the Three Doctors. Was it any other one? Maybe he was. He was like a standard. Like, love the Brigadier in transit from Pertwee to Baker. Yep. Apparently Bernard Cribbins was great. Yeah, he did. He did film some scenes. That's right. TARDIS is a companion. Yes, J.D. Lewis, Ron Grainer's Prisoner theme is brilliant, just as his Doctor Who theme is brilliant. All right, let's see here. Let me get back to the stars. Mistral says, I kind of liked Missy as the Master, but I didn't really watch Classic to compare it to previous ones. Yep, she was on there with John Sim, but I didn't like him as the Master either. I just wish she'd been the Ronnie. That would have been so cool, but no. I like Rose, but maybe that's how I felt about Billie Piper when I started watching the show, became a fan. Yeah, I like Rose. I don't like a lot of some things they did with her character. Like the puppy love shite went too far. And just for me, what do I know? I'm just an old fool. I guess I'm not enough of a romantic. I am actually, but man, she's 19 years old. And he kept lying, saying he was 900. He's Jack Benny or something. He was well over 12 or 1300 or more at that point. He was lying. That's another thing. Davies purposely had him saying he was 900 all the time. Well, man, you know what? He was 900. He was 950 when he was Colin Baker. Or he was 9 something. He was 953 when he first regenerated and changed into Sylvester McCoy, which he says so. He says he's 953, and so is the Ronnie. The speech Nardo gives in The Return of Dr. Mysterio is a killer speech. Ah, there you go. I thought that was a terrible one, but I hear you. I mean, not speech, the episode. Nardo was okay, except his character was written in a way that could have also been played by a slightly well-trained capybara. Capybara? What the hell? Mike Yates was done dirty. Yes, he went rogue in Invasion of the Dinosaurs. But Richard Franklin was pretty cool. Hey, your Muslim uncle's here. What's up, buddy? He says, did you get my tag on X? I haven't been looking at it much lately today. He says, since it's wild card, can you briefly go into what you think Kirby, Ditko, and Lee would think of woke? Would they be broke? Well, we're kind of doing Doctor Who right here, but I'll do it really quickly for you, buddy, and thank you for the super chat. I mean, first of all, Ditko was a Randian objectivist. He was big into Ayn Rand. He did not suffer fools. Well, he didn't like the hippies that loved his comics or anything like that. He would hate woke. In my opinion, Kirby would hate woke as well, and he was someone who was a registered Democrat all of his life, who probably considered himself to be something of a classical liberal. He hated not only fascism, but he hated communism as well. I'm not saying he would be any kind of a right-winger necessarily or anything like that, but he would not like wokeism at all. He wouldn't think that's what comics are for. He wouldn't think it's his job to tell everybody what to think and what to do. That's my impression. I've only met him a couple of times, obviously, but I go by the things I've read, not only his comic books, his interviews. But I don't mean to speak for him. And Lee, who, as you know, I have a lot of problems with and have no respect for things I think he did. So I can't speak for him either. I would say that Lee pretty much was a get along to go along type with anything, but I have heard him speak out against woke before, at least a little while before he passed away. He wasn't for changing these characters the way they do in these movies and stuff. And, in terms of identity politics, he wasn't really for that. That's as nice as I'll be about Stan, because I got a lot of serious issues with what he's done. We all people who know me here know that. It's an unpopular opinion with some masses, and some people are very protective of Stan, like he's Santa Claus. I'm not. But that said, I can't speak for any of the three gentlemen who are no longer with us, unfortunately. But my belief, your Muslim uncle, is none of them, in my opinion, none of them would approve of any of the wokeism stuff. Does that mean they would be in lockstep with me politically or you politically, anything. I don't know. But I don't think they would like any of that crap. I think they were artists first, at least Kirby Ditko were. Lee's nothing but a showman. But even he, as a showman, was a businessman in a sense, and he would not be for just politicizing things and alienating the audience. So my answer is none of them would like it very much, if that helps. Thank you. Thank you for that. I hope that was okay. I just went through it fast like that. But thank you. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Mac Redson, yep. Mike Yates was done dirty, I agree. Ezra says, my favorites are Sarah Jane Smith, Joe Grant, Leela, Ramona 1, K9, Perry, Nissa, and Ace. Wow, excellent. Love them all. Nissa was a sweetie. Yep. Nissa was a sweetie. Thank you, you Muslim uncle. Thank you. You're too kind, buddy. I really appreciate you. Funky was challenged by a proto-woke female journalist who asked, what about your new comic considered sexist? Lee replied, you mean sexy, not sexist. Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people who don't like him, and I don't do this, engage in this, but a lot of people say he was a big sexist. But some of his comics in the 60s that he wrote, you could argue, make a good case that some of the stuff Stan wrote in the 60s, remind you it was the 60s. Not that that's an excuse, but we're pretty out there sexist-wise. Oh, thank you for the super sticker. Your Muslim uncle, you're too kind, buddy. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. And it's always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and your family was doing well. Let's see. Any other companions that we like? Let's see here. Alejandro says, I like Grace Holloway from the 96 film. Yes. As much as I can't stand the 96 film, she, like I said earlier, she was wonderful. Beautiful actress. Yes. Good one, Alejandro. Thank you. She was, a redhead companion that's not an annoying screamer like Mel. Yes, true. And she should have had a chance to be there more, but you know how it goes. Max says, what if in Time of the Ronnie, Mel got sent off to the Tetrap homeworld? Good. That would have been nice. Larry says, Nissa was a sweet girl. Yes, she was. She was a sweeter. Sarah Sutton, very nice lady, from what I understand. Amy is my top 3, says Larry. Yes, sir. I love Amy. She can be annoying sometimes, but, that's all down to the writing. And, again, I hated the way they ended Rory and Amy's arc, but I don't blame the actors for that kind of stuff. Larry, thank you so much for gifted 5 Clobberin Times memberships. Thank you. Anyone who's not a member, if you'd like to be, please avail yourself of that. I'm not exactly sure how, because I've never been able to figure that out myself, but please jump on that and avail yourself of that gift if you're able to figure out how to do it. And maybe someone can explain how to do it here in the chat. Because I've been in chats where that's been passed out before and didn't know how to grab one anyway, but not that it's a big deal. It's not a biggie, but thank you so much, Larry, as always, buddy. Appreciate you. You're too kind, my friend. Let's see. Okay. To follow up on something I was saying, Fandy said, Stan did more of the Sue needing the boys to save her in an early encounter with Doom. Kirby had her holding her own, but Stan wrote dialogue going damsel. That's true. There were plenty of times where Kirby wrote it where she was not a victim. She was not perfect or anything like a Mary Sue, but she was tough and she was written. Every time Kirby tried to write Susan, and this has been documented, you can see it on the pages on a lot of the original art, that she was written a certain way, pretty strong and tough. Lee went in there and changed the dialogue to sometimes some very sexist type dialogue. I got to admit, and you know me, I don't throw the word sexist around like these idiots do. But Stan kind of deserved it sometimes. That's true, Fanny. I've seen it. So like even now we go, whoa, even in the 60s, dude, really? Make sure chat filter is on all messages that you can accept gifts. Okay. General profile says Muslim monk. Okay, I was wondering how you do that. You also have to be a channel subscriber to receive a gift membership. Okay, well, I love you all. I love it when people subscribe. If you do, I appreciate that, but there's no pressure. Let's see, where were I? Could not be reached says, I really like Liz Shaw. Me too. I really do love her. But one thing she said, you know, when Joe Grant was first brought on, and the doctor was complaining because Liz was a scientist, and I could talk to her. This girl doesn't know anything. He says, "Oh, nonsense, doctor! All you want is someone to hand you your test tubes to tell you how brilliant you are every once in a while." Which he learned to love Joe. I really do like Joe. Says Alejandro. Yes. Lover, he also says, is Katie Manning the last surviving Pertwee era companion? Well, John Levine is still with us. So that's another one. And is Richard Franklin still with us? I think Richard Franklin, I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. If he is, then that'd be 3. Larry. I love the Brigadier in the transition from Pertwee to Baker. Yep, greatness. Oh man, so good. And he got to see the regeneration happen. Phantom Outsider says Ace was probably the most dangerous person to ever travel with the Doctor. Yep, she was cursed with evil by Fendrick. Second was Leela until Missy started being a companion, if you call her that. Yeah. The TARDIS is a companion. Good point, Larry. The TARDIS is a companion. Hey. Could not be reached further. The comment says, I quite liked McGann's Big Finish companions, Lucy, Charlie, and Tamsin. Okay. I only got to hear a few of those. I think I heard Charlie in one of them. And again, thank you again, Larry, for that, for gifting those. You're too kind, buddy. I appreciate you. Alejandro said, didn't Ace have a Soviet sickle hammer patch on? She did. And I hated it. And she was chumming with that commie Pinko dude in Curse of Fenric, which I love, but what are you going to do? Some people never learn. But I still love her. Alejandro says, Matt Fritzone, if you're talking about Ace, it was the 80s, actually. 87 to 89, true. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Sorry, started by accident. Let's see. You also have a channel subscriber to receive a gift membership. Oh, yeah, thank you. I already said that one. Sorry. Always. There is a hell. There is a hell. I think you mean there is a hell. Doctor Who. Mel is always there, always screaming. Oh boy, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, Richard Franklin's still going. Well, there you go. You have 3 Pertwee. You got people still alive: Richard Franklin, John Levine, and Katie Manning. So that's pretty good. Oh, welcome to the group. There could not be reached. Thank you for joining. Alejandro says, I'd love to see Benton brought back as someone who became Brigadier sometime after Lethbridge Stewart retired. Yes, according to hey, West Cagle, good to see you. According to one of my favorite episodes, Modern Undead, the Brigadier said that he left the army in 79 and became a selling secondhand cars somewhere. So Sergeant Benton became a used car salesman. How do you like that? The Brigadier for people of a certain age grew with the audience. For the rest, he was like the dad, while the Doctor was the lovable uncle. Yes, I miss those days, your Muslim uncle. Ace was magnificent in Curse of Fenric. What a great episode. Yeah, I love it. Mel screaming to the tune of McCoy era theme music. She's screamy, didn't she? Charlie's introduced in Storm Warnings. McGann's first audio drama says could not be reached for the comment. Thank you. I heard Richard Franklin is having health problems, says Go Ezra. Oh, sorry to hear that. JT, all right, buddy. Have a good one, man. Go Lions, man. I'm really impressed with your Detroit Lions, buddy. Top-notch team. Keep it up, man. Keep them winning. You're gonna take that division. And you're lucky it's not just because it's a crappy division either. You guys, they're playing very well. Mitt was only a warrant officer. He was never commissioned. Yeah. There you go. Go Lions. My team, since the Saints are not good this year, they're up and down, even though they're still first in place. So I'm on the Lions bandwagon with you, JT Kirk. I hope I don't jinx you. When I was much younger, I loved Brosnan and hated Dalton. Now that I'm much older, I feel the other way around. Yeah, I love Dalton and not so much on Brosnan. Captain Infinity and beyond. Let's see. Says, Clobber, I got my alternative cover from your good. Oh, cool. How's that going, man? Sounds good. The alternate cover from the unnameable. Well, I won't mention him because you probably don't want me to mention him, and I wouldn't. But yeah. Hey, Lions to the Super Bowl. You have to have faith, JT. Since my team doesn't have a shot, I'll have to root for yours. I don't mind that. Any first Doctor Companion still alive or second Doctor Companions? I think, yes. I think Ian Chesterton, played by William Russell, still alive. And, of course, Susan. Susan Foreman, played by, oh, man, don't do this to me. Why can't I remember Susan's name? Someone say it. And Stephen's still alive, too. Stephen. Carol Ann Ford, that's right. Carol Ann Ford, who plays Susan Foreman, his granddaughter, is still alive. Thank you, Alejandro. It came back to me in the nick of time, but thank you. And yep, William Russell. And let's see. As far as second Doctor, Fraser Hines, Wendy Padbury. Is Deborah Watling still? I don't know, but is Deborah Watling still with us? I'm not sure. What about Ben and Polly? Isn't Polly still alive? The lady who played Polly, I think she's still alive. Max Ritz says, who will get to the Super Bowl next, Bears or Lions? Well, Lions are way better than them, dude. Bears are terrible. Sorry to my friends who are Bears fans. Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh, my. Victoria's gone. Deborah Watling's gone. Oh, man. But old Fraser Hine, he's fine. He's still kicking. You know, he's got a white hair. You could put a wig on him and he could play the second Doctor. Maureen O'Brien is still alive, says Ezra. Who did Maureen O'Brien play? Oh, Polly? She played Polly? Jamie McCrimmon, forever in memory TARDIS. He's with us. Was Maureen O'Brien Polly? Sometimes I'm bad with the names. What about Ben? The guy who played Ben, is he still in it? Oh, man, I don't know. We're losing a bunch of them. Dang it. You know, man, Ian Marter, who's great as Harry Sullivan, he died in the 80s. He died like in his 40s. It was so sad. He wrote, I don't know if you guys know, he wrote one of the Target books that was a new story about a Harry Sullivan adventure called Harry Sullivan's War. I have that book. Anyone remember that? They have to get all the living companions in a Doctor Who story soon. They put a few of them in the Tales from the TARDIS. Anybody watch that? Oh, she played Vicky. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Fraser Hines has done impressions of Troughton in some audio productions. Yes, I'm saying he could actually put on a dark wig and just play the second Doctor. Then you could get Sean Pertwee, the son of John Pertwee, to play the third Doctor, and put them in the story that has nothing to do with any of this new foolishness. That would have been great for the 60th anniversary. But no, that Tales from the TARDIS thing is just them sitting around looking old, talking in character in these crazy excuse for a TARDIS room. I mean, I don't know. They could, RTD thought that was some great way to celebrate the 60th. It's like, man, they did so much more for the 50th. Of course, the show was still thriving and alive at that point. And it's just coughing up blood right now. I mean, it's been dead for a while. It just won't give up the ghost. Yeah, Harry was in the best parts of Terror of the Zygons. Did you ever hear Fraser Hines sing? Yes, that exists. No, I have seen him at a panel at DragonCon. Fraser Hines, and I've met him. He's a cool dude. And Uncle says, in your heyday, what are your memories watching Doctor Who? What day, time, channel? Who were you with? What was it? Was this a snack you ate? Did you sit right in front of the TV? Well, when I first discovered Doctor Who, thank you for the question. I read about it in Starlog, not Starlog magazine. Starlog had these books. I bought Starlog magazine, but it was actually, they had a book called Sci-Fi Heroes. I'll never forget it. I still have it somewhere. And it just, I bought the book, had a lot of pictures, and there was a picture of that famous production shot of Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen with those Daleks outside, which is not in any episode, just a scene with them with Daleks. And I read about it and I was curious, but eventually at some point, maybe not too long after that, 1981-ish or 2-ish, somewhere up in there, I would read a little bit more about it in Starlog before finally hearing a few people kind of talk about it, and then started airing it here before we got it in town, the PBS station here, a PBS station in Mississippi, which was not far from where I lived. My little rabbit ears on my little bitty black and white TV, little small ass TV in my room, I was able to watch. I caught like around part 2 on up of Genesis of the Daleks. So that's the first Doctor Who I've ever seen. I think it was part 2, maybe part 1, part 2, somewhere up in there. Watched as much as I could. Then it was only just a few weeks or maybe a month or so later that we started getting it here. And we got it at 6:30 in the afternoon, or 5:30 or 6:30, in episodic fashion, where some people had the movie eyes, which I hate. We got them serialized each weekday, a half hour, the 25-minute block or whatever, on LPB, which is Louisiana Public Broadcasting, the PBS affiliate in Louisiana. And we immediately broke out the VHS tapes and started recording them and watching them over and over again, starting with Robot. And I was working at the comic shop. I was running a comic shop at the time. That's not my own, not the one I owned. That was later, but it was when I was running for somebody. And we started selling the Doctor Who merchandise. It became huge. There was a Doctor Who fan club growing in the town, just over the course of a year. And all of us, of course, when we were talking about our comics, when the new comics would come in, we were all talking. All the rage was not just the comics, but Doctor Who as well. And it was that was the beginnings of the Doctor Who craze in the 80s in the United States. And we were on the ground floor of it because it was just getting big there, and it was really great. The Tales from the TARDIS set looks like Pee Wee Herman's TARDIS. I mean, he even dresses like a doctor already, yeah. And Famous Monsters covered the Cushing films back in the 60s. That's true, yeah. And also the 70s did the Monsters of Doctor Who. I was already watching Monty Python in the early 70s, so I was looking for other British shows. PBS found Pertwee Doctor Who and hooked ever since. Larry, we didn't get those until later in the 80s, in the mid-80s. And when they started, Doctor Who got so big, they started movieizing some of the episodes. But we weren't able to. So that was when we were getting so hooked on the Tom Baker episodes that we started getting importing those Target novelizations of Doctor Who. And man, when I started learning there were other doctors before Tom Baker, oh man, I went nuts. And loved reading those books. So, okay, let's get back on a little bit. Companions. What companions do you despise? What are the companions you can't stand? We all must have one. Don't be ashamed. Obviously, low-hanging fruit in a lot of ways. Adric. Ugh. Turlo was a pain in the ass, wasn't he? Most of them were okay in the classic era, but Adric and Turlo and Mel was Mel was annoying. Jesus, with her yelling, screaming. I'm gonna start storing these. You start naming companions you don't like. Oh, I had my mom. My mom, and when I was working in the shop, I had that red jacket that Tom Baker has, like that velvet type jacket he has with a 10-foot scarf that my mom had. A lady made me a Tom Baker scarf, and I wore it everywhere. I loved it. Let's see what kind of. Oh man. Could not be reached. Says Pertwee's run was the last of the originals I saw, but he instantly became a favorite. Yeah, but man, John Pertwee's so fantastic. Just recently, I've been watching. I've just been jumping all over the place watching classic episodes, and Pertwee's just amazing. Interesting. Interesting so far. We're getting a few of them. Anybody else got some companions don't like? Don Power Rangers. What's up, buddy? Cool. Despite the passing of one of your aunts and of Roger Castell. Well, my condolences and to you, Don, on the loss of one of your dear aunts. I'm so sorry to hear about that, buddy. Damn it, man. So sorry. Let's put a DD for Don in that chat, everybody. Just to let them know we're thinking about it. We're all friends here. We're a community here, and we're a fellowship here. Don. There you go, buddy. So sorry about that, pal. Condolences, and may she rest in peace. Let's see. But we're going to keep it rolling here. Oh. Thank you all. Let's see. Okie dokie. We have a few of them saved up. Let's see if we get a few more, then we'll start going into those. Companions that you just can't freaking stand. Wow. Man, I'm seeing a pattern here. Man, oh man. Okay, I guess we got enough, but anyone who hasn't done it yet, if you have a companion you don't like. And if Eric K were here, he would tell us that he loves Adric. Right, Eric? I don't know. No, Eric, you didn't watch Doctor Who. Did you watch Doctor Who, Eric? I think you may have. I can't remember now. Was Eric here earlier? I can't remember. I know he loves Wesley, but he's always saying I love him. So, all right, let's see. I wonder if. Okay, I'm giving everybody a chance to put some in there before I go start calling these out. All right. Okay, here we go. I'll keep checking to see if there's any others, but right now I'm in the start side. So Larry loved Mel. Apparently not, though. Mel, well, that screamer. Jeez. That high-pitched whine. And the thing is, let's be nice. Bonnie Langford was a lovely woman. Max says, so Clobby and Eric K go to the con cosplaying as Adric. Wow, that'd be a cosplay. Hmm. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, not fond of Mel is Larry. Now here's the pattern I was talking about. Alejandro says Bill, and he's not the only one. Says Bill made Adric look like Sarah Jane. I'm dead serious. Well, look, that's interesting. I'm going to talk about Bill in a second. Fandy outside, he says, two suckiest, Bill, Clara, and Adric. I thought I'd see more Clara and Adric, but at least we got a couple by Fanty. Alejandro's again with Bill. Bill's the Batwoman of New Who companions. Woo, man. Bill Potts says Max Red. Another vote for Bill, man. Fanty says Bill sucked most and Clara Adric were equally sucky. Okay. Yeah, you got a man. He felt so strongly about that. Yeah. And HB says, I forgot about Silly Billy. Whoa, not loving the Bill lady. No, not loving Bill Potts over here. I'm sensing some aggression towards Bill. Bill Potts. Let's see. Did I meet? No, I never got to meet Bonnie. But she seemed like a lovely lady, though. Everyone said she was really nice. You watch interviews with her on the DVD thing. She seems very sweet or whatever. And I know that doesn't matter, of course. People say she's very nice. All righty. At the same con, however, Raquel also cosplays Adric, except she has a device that plays the Adric theme as she walks. Wow. I don't think that'll happen. I got you. No aggression from me. It's just your bourgeois behavior is not a personality. I guess by that time I maybe been numb. I would have liked Bill if she wasn't a agenda casting. I didn't mind the actress really, but that's just me. But yeah, she was pretty annoying. Okay, I mean, I guess there are ones I disliked more. Let's go back. Let's see. Crap. Hang on. All right. So, oops. So, Hungry says Turlo. His name was Vslor Turgo. No, Turlo. Turlo, Tegan, Adric, Clara, Mel equals the worst. I can't argue with any of that. See, Clara, you know what, though? It's not a pushback, really. I think, first of all, I love Oswald. I know she's different from Clara, and she wasn't really alive. But then there was Clara in the Snowman, the past version. I thought she was really good in that episode. So, I love Jenna Coleman. I think she's a beautiful actress. And then Clara became a little annoying with Matt Smith, but she was just not quite as bad until she got with Capaldi. And then she really became Clara Who. I don't care what Steve Moffat says and makes fun of fans for that. He knew it was true. That's why he made fun of fans. He's a child. He's a jackass. But shite. I mean, man, oh man. Boy, Bill seems the most. I'm shocked. I thought Clara or Adric or Turlo, I thought they would be the least popular. Looks like, we're not doing a formal poll or anything. I might do that though. You know what? Hang on. Hang on to your horsies. Let's do that in a poll and see what happens. Okay. Just to have a little fun with it, my friends. Who is your least favorite companion? Okay. I'm going to make up. I'll show you. You'll see the choices when I put them up there. All right. All right. Hang on. I know this is not all of them because you can only do 4. But I'm going to pick some of the ones that seem unpopular here. We're going to leave it to a freaking vote, baby cakes. Alrighty then. Here we go. Pop goes the weasel. All right, there you go, folks. Vote away. I am Ben Guerrero, my Clobberin. Thank you, Bosom Uncle. All right, let's see. Oh, you not feeling well, JD Lewis? I'm so sorry to hear about that, buddy. Regenerate, my friend. Become a new man. Thank you so much, JD Lewis. Have a great night, my friend. Take care. Let's see. No pushback. All right. Yeah, I see what you're saying, HB, about that. Well, I'll get to that one in a minute. Oh, Comic Relief Crusade, are you behind in time? Well, I'll put that up there anyway. It's fine. I'll get to all these. Let's see. Let me save some more. Oh, I didn't put Turdlow up there. Sorry, but I hear you. I know Turdlow sucks. Kronos Godweason. How do you say Godweason or Godweason? Let's see here. I'm sure. One back front zone. Make sure you got all these. Get them in order. Phone app won't show. Phone app doesn't show the polls. Larry, I'm sorry. Okay, we just vote. Then we'll tell you what they are. The polls are Adric, Clara, Mel, or Bill were the choices. Good to see you, Kronos. I got you. I got your back, Crusader. You're good, buddy. Let's see here. Okay. Got a bunch of them start up and a bunch of them start. Let's go with this. All right. Hunger said Turlo, Tegan. Oh, I already did that one. Yeah. Hungry Boy hates Turlo, Tegan, Adric, Clara, and Mel. That's hard to argue with that one. And again, Alejandro said Bill made Adric look like Seta Jane. I'm dead. Okay, I think I did that already too. Sorry. All right, here we go. Could not be reached for further comment. New member says, unpopular opinion. I don't really care for any of the new companions. Rose through Bill Potts. Well, that's not an unpopular opinion. I mean, yeah. I mean, I like some of them, but I don't know how unpopular that is. Could not be reached for further comment. But it's kind of understandable that some of them could be a little bit, yeah. I like some of them, but I understand where you're coming from big time. Look, I like a lot of quote unquote modern Who. But I have a lot of problems with it as well. It'll never be equal to the first 26 years of course, what they call classic Who. Call it classic all you want. It is a classic, so it deserves that name at least. Ezra says, let's see. Hang on. Oh, shit. I'm getting a few more of these here. Okay. So you mentioned Peter Davison technically shares the name of Pete Davidson. You know, Peter Davidson's real name is Peter Moffat. That's his actual name he was born with. All right. So anyway, Ezra Goldstein says the one companion I didn't like was Tegan. Tough to argue with that one, dude. I mean, she was annoying sometimes. And the actress is a total loon job, by the way. I know a friend of mine tried to interview her. I found her arrogant, full of herself. She's full of herself. She seems always trying to upstage the doctor. She is a pain in the... Yeah, I'm not going to blame you. I mean, she had a really rough start to it. But yeah, I was just watching Legopolis again the other day. Man, which I love. Marvel. Scroll. Oh, sorry. Bill made me stop watching New Who after the first episode of Capaldi's final season aired, said Alejandro Florida. Oh, yeah. Well, I understand. Vegan Tegan Black, says Hungry Boy. Vegan Tegan. Controversial opinion, Tegan. So, Alejandro, I think that means you do not like Tegan. Well, it's tough to like her, to be honest with you. She's a bitch, I think, sometimes. So. I mean, I didn't hate her to the point where it ruined episodes for me, but I mean, yeah, I can't. I mean, I understand because she really could be a. Oh, it was great when like the Fifth Doctor says, you know, sometimes Tegan, you take my breath away when he popped her on him, but he was being nice, but he's probably really wanted to strangle her. Much the way Six strangled Perry. You are in an elevator with Wesley and Adric. You have the gun and 2 bullets. What do you do? Wow. I can't believe I read that on the air. You send one of them back to in the spaceship back to the Stone Age. Send both of them back to the spaceship, the Cybermen spaceship, and let it blow up. Somehow, even her actress seems annoying in interviews. Even her actress. You must be referring to, I guess, the lady who plays Bill. I don't know. She might be completely lovely. I don't know. Bill couldn't even just be Martha too, says Alejandro. Not at Mo McMahon. Bill's getting the most dislike, let's say. I don't like you throwing the word hate around like so many weenies like to do. It's not hate. This is just, you know, I remember you do hate the character, but you know what I mean? Extremely. But she is not popular. Here, anyway. Mel's hair. How was that possible? Ugh. All that screaming would make anybody's hair do that, I guess. But Yuan's uncle just says Clara. Yeah. Also not popular. Alejandro says Tegan's just an annoying loudmouth Aussie. Uh-oh. Aussie friends out there. I love you. But she was an Aussie, though. Although, even though she was living in near Brisbane or whatever it was. Oh, near Heathrow. I don't know where. Bill Potts, Vogon Cyberman. You wrote Bill Potts, and you wrote Vogon Cyberman, referring to the episode Revenge of the Cybermen and the planet Voga, but I don't really get it other than that, Max. You got me on that one, buddy. I guess I'm just even dumber than I thought. I would have liked Bill if once she was a Cyberman, she was tossed into a car compactor and crushed, says Phantom Outsider. Well, that's not nice, is it? Wow. How evil of you. Hang on. Ooh, let me back up. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Hey, RRTNZ's here. Another drive home, another Clobby stream. Listening to these has inspired me to revisit my favorite classic Who series, Pertwee, Baker, Davison. Cheers. Well, cheers to you, RRTNZ. That's in the NZ. I think that's New Zealand, isn't it? Well, I am honored to have you here. Those words touch me. I don't know what to say. I'm not worthy. But I thank you for listening, and I thank you for that very kind donation. And it's great to have you here, my friend. Thank you so much. And have a safe drive home. Safe drive home, my friend. Let's see. See if there's any more of them so I can collect. Oh, Oh, who's hotter? Question, eh? Who's hotter, Rose or Clara? I'd say Clara. Say what you want about her being annoying. I think Jenna Louise Coleman's a hottie, in my opinion. Rose is cute, I guess. She's a child. He's over 1,000 years old and she's 19. Jesus, man. RTD, you're a sick little. Anyway. God. And Larry says, Sarah Jane is all I need. She's the best. Here, here. Muslim Monk says, you will tolerate hot ladies with attitude because you like it spicy. Yeah, I must have been like, that's why I love Amy. I mean, well, she's a hot redhead. I'm just sue me, I'm just the way I am. War Bill Potts hate coming in there. Woo, man, oh man. Let your hatred flow through you for Bill Potts. Oh my God. Shockeye of the Corns and Grig. Man, the two doctors. Am I the only one that likes the two doctors, Max? I know I probably am. Don't even answer that unless you want to. Okay, RR says, Tegan is a very realistic portrayal of an Aussie chick. Okay, that's fair. He would know better than I would. Anyone would know better than I would. I don't know. I haven't known very many Aussie chicks. I mean, she wasn't a bad looking chick. I didn't think. And R, because R here wasn't here earlier. Favorite companion for R, it was Leela. Although Perry is a close second for two reasons. Well, we all love her. I love Leela and I love Perry, so we're right there on the same page. Max. Oh, Tegan's actress. Oh, God. Yeah, Janet Fielding is Looney Tunes. Janet Fielding went commando on at least one episode of Who, if you know what I mean. Was that Terminus? She's crawling through conduits. I can't remember the episode. All right, let me make sure I'm not missing any more. Oh boy. I'm collecting up more so I can go back to read the rest of these. Wes Cagle, good to see you, my friend. Yep, the Two Doctors was filmed in the town where my mom's family originally came. It comes from Seville, Spain. Did you know, Alejandro, that episode was set to be filmed in New Orleans, Louisiana? The Two Doctors. And then budget cutbacks to BBC that Michael Grade scumball stopped it. So they had to rewrite it for taking place in Seville. I like the Two Doctors too, and it had Jacqueline Pierce. Love it. Love her. Okay. The remainder of these companions' comments. Ezra says, I found Tegan insufferable. She was always trying to upstage the doctor. Oh, got that one. Thank you, Ezra. HB says, oh no, pushback. I just hate the key to everything gal, meaning Claria trope, which was old by the time Clobberin. Yeah. No, I'm with you. The whole the impossible girl crap. Ugh, God. Not big on it either, man. Not big on it either, buddy. It was pompous. Ugh, God, pretentious drivel. My favorite Doctor Who girls, Sarah, Leela, Romana 1, and Perry, says Comically Crusader. Okay, buddy. Did Moffat have a secret pervy old man crush on Coleman? That's why he cast her? Well, could be. And if he did, you know what? As a pervy old man myself, it would be. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying I can see having the crush, but he should be professional and not. But she's actually. He wrote her that way too, so it could be the way he wrote her. That could all have been factored into it. I'm not even kidding. These people, they're self-inserts. People write self-serving shit all the time. Moffat, who has been a good writer, he did a brilliant show called Coupling. He's written some good Doctor Who, some great Doctor Who, in fact. But he's also, as a showrunner, was sometimes way suspect and not very good. Though compared to Chibi, he's like a masterpiece. Creator. Well, he's just way better than Chibi. Let's put it that way. But that could be the case. And of course, he had to cast somebody who's always going to be, look, it's TV. There are always going to be attractive women on it. If it's Doctor Who, always attractive women. But you never know, Alejandro. It could have been just a pervy old man thing in the casting. And yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. We'll never know. But Hungry Boy says, I'll be honest. If I had been a 10-year-old gal during Clara's time, I would have loved her. She was created for that demographic. That's a good point, HB. Yeah. Kronos Godwisen says, River Song annoyed me the most. She was good for a few episodes, but flying the TARDIS better than the Doctor was time for her to shove off. I cannot agree more. I love that actress, and I think River was a lot of fun a lot of the time. But of course, they had to use her to show up the Doc. Nevertheless, the reason why that didn't bug me too much is every time she needed help, who did she call? Who you gonna call? And she still relied on the Doctor to save her all the time. Oh, she saved him too, but she was still at least respected him and loved him. So at least it wasn't quite as, snotty. Comic Relief Crusader says, "Oh, you were behind the time. I got you because you were behind in time because you had stuff to do. I got you." Alejandro says, "Controversial opinion. I'm not a Tegan fan. I don't think that's controversial. I'm not saying there aren't Tegan fans. I don't know if we have any right here right now. They only give you 4 on that poll. So Ezra says, I couldn't stand Tegan. I found her insufferable. She was always trying to. I got that one twice for some reason. Anyway, I don't know how that was twice. Whatever. So there you go. Alejandro says, I never understood why the Doctor would ever fall in love with, let alone marry River. Well, we say that about a lot of people, People that we know are always, even like close people we're close to, always fall in love with someone that makes us go. Or often fall in love with someone that makes us, really? What do you see in that person? How can you fall in love with her? So that's always, love is a mystery. We know that. Fielding flashed in Frontios. I watched that one a year or 2 back. It's a weird episode. Eric is not a fan of Doctor Who, so you're fine. You're off the hook. I can't Wesley you then. Downloading Frontios. You can find it on BritBox if you have that. Or if you have the episode. All right, so let's see. Let me finish up with the comments on the companions. Real quick, we can get through these. I liked Clara, not the writing though, says Comic Relief. Come on, guys. Crappy Bill in a order of suck above Clara or Adric. Wow. You think Bill's worse than Clara or Adric? Jeez, man, people. I never knew Bill was hated that much, at least not compared to them. I always thought Clara was like considered because she was really, I didn't hate her as much with Smith. I couldn't stand with Capaldi. She was insufferable, absolutely insufferable. Mel, of course, is Larry. Yeah, Mel was a screamer, but she was, Ezra Goldstein, have you seen Bill Potts or Clara? They make Tegan look like a piker. Yeah, tend to agree with that one. The new, I don't know. Bill just didn't seem as obnoxious to me at first, and then the new companions were just too noisy for me. I don't blame you at all. Could not be reached. That's why I stick to mostly watching the old show more. Does James Corden in that one Moffat episode count? No, sir, I would not say so, even if he did return. Didn't he come back? I don't know anyone who legit likes Corden. I thought he came back in an episode. He did come back in an episode. Remember? He was in 2 of them, and he sucks. Like a stupid late night TV show. Hey, Aussie people, can't stand Tegan either. The actress is from Melbourne. The character was from Brisbane. Brisbane is the Atlanta of Australia. I would know nothing about that, sir. You're an Aussie. You're in Australia, so you know more about than I do. West says, I don't know Doctor Who very well. I only know a little from watching in the 70s. It was Sunday's Poor Relations the poor relations next Saturday for TV, and I watched because it was the only good thing on. It's a fair cult, so fair enough. Everybody's rocking, going off these companions that they don't like. All righty. James Corden does not exist in the Hooniverse. True dat, Max. HB says, that Rose Doctor romance belonged on Netflix, Clobby. Yeah, it belonged on CW, if you ask me. Screw that noise. The Cringe Woke Network. I like the two doctors featured Jacqueline Pierce. Yeah, I love the two doctors. I think it's a really fun episode. A lot of people don't. It's really, you have to really find the stretchy way to deal with canon after it, but was Chibi the Tom King of Doctor Who? No, he makes Tom King look like Shakespeare. Chibi is the Ruins Johnson, Jar Jar Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy of Doctor Who is what he is. The new Michael Grade, even though Michael Grade wasn't a producer. He's the Doctor Who's worst nightmare. The worst thing that ever happened to Doctor Who. Even worse than Jodie, which was his fault. So, Fielding flashed in front of us. I like the sound of that. and it was almost alliterative. River Song bugged me because she's the equivalent of the daughter of a young couple growing up and marrying their grandfather age. The grandpal. It was some crazy timey-wiminess there. That's for show. All right, well, we're about to get going out of here in a few minutes. Insufferable fuckatash. Let's see. When Rivers shot the hat off the doctor and acted like it was cute, that was when she became insufferable, says Kronos. Yeah, tough to argue with that. In one of the Bill Ear episodes, early episodes, man, with the pyramid, the doctor is erased from existence, but he knew Bill had the will to bring him back. Tegan Day in the park. Oh, God. That is stupid. Yeah. Does the Dr. Donna count as regeneration? What about the one heart tenant? That's the Metacrisis doctor. He doesn't, but remember, not only did you have the Metacrisis doctor created from the hand of the chopped off doctor from the Crystal Invasion, the doctor did legitimately regenerate in that episode, but he kept the same form because of ego, I guess. I like that said he had ego problems in those days, which was pretty funny. So the doctor did regenerate in Journey's End. Stolen Earth and Journey's End, isn't that the two-parter? That was, boy, you talk about the most, now see, there's an example of the most ultimate fan wank you could ever do, and it was still a lot of fun. You didn't care. It was truly fun fan wank. It was total fan wank. I mean, it was absolutely, everybody likes to call it fan wank, fan fiction, fan service. Some people decry fan service and make fun of it all the time. I don't know. In this case, it was fun. I mean, it was giving fans something they want to see, and it was well done. It was silly. It was cheesy. Sorry, it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but what the hell? At that time, it was just, I mean, I enjoyed it. I got to admit, that's a guilty pleasure for me. It's the Stolen Earth Journey's End two-parter. It's great fun. Yeah, it's crazy. How many freaking regenerations do we get out of the original Fighting Tenant Hands? Yeah, well, we get, I don't know. Just the one. That's where the Metacrisis doctor came from, Tennant's hand. With the one heart. Then they did that. That's another thing. That's the one thing I did hate. Because they only did that so Rose could have her Dr. Boy toy in her own little universe. To make the Tumblr girls happy with their fan fiction shit. That I hated. Rose was fine coming back to fight Daleks. If they had just not done that. But no. First, they concoct this Metacrisis doctor crap. Then, with the hand, cloned from the hand. And then, they did it just so they could give her that. Then he does something that the doctor, he murders, this genocide crap pissed me off. Hey, look who's here. Hey, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. I added you. Add yourself.
We'll figure this out after a while. How long we've
It's
been
habit.
doing this?
So here's it. I'll finish this really quickly.
Keep going.
No, I was going to say, so the doctor, that was done by RTD just so he could freaking give the fangirls something to wangle about. But, other than that, the episode's a lot of fun, but it was stupid. So he basically, the doctor destroys the Daleks and destroys Davros, and then the real doctor is pissed off at the One Heart Metacrisis doctor for committing genocide. Are you nuts? He destroyed him. Boo-hoo. He was pissed at his other self for destroying the whole Daleks. Like, that's so asinine. I hated it. He's bad. He's going to go kill. He's so dangerous because he killed a bunch of Daleks. They were about to wipe out the freaking universe, if you remember, with that bomb.
Yeah, well,
the mind bomb thing.
It's not like the doctor has never wiped out.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's so
people,
hypocritical.
Right? Yeah.
They call him the Storm, the Beast, the Valyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. So what's going on with you, dude?
I've been lurking.
Oh,
so
cool.
big projects due for tomorrow. So you've been keeping me. You guys have been keeping me companion. Good companions
cool.
for the night. But
what are your companions?
Editing video.
Worse than best. But yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Oh yeah. So
you have some worse than best. I mean, worse than
best. It's easy to start with the best, but
yeah. So the
Sarah
best.
Jane.
We did.
Yeah, Sarah Jane is. I mean, other than being gorgeous, she's also a great companion too.
Love her.
I guess K9 wouldn't be K9.
K9 definitely got me. All love K9 as a companion.
Yeah, you were
Affirmative,
K9
master.
before.
K9 is the best. We love him all. K9 is the greatest companion ever.
Love him
for sure, right? Yeah. So, and of course, I'm preferential to redhead. So if you start with, the newer companions, Amy Pond, wowzers, that first episode. But she's also got we're being.
She has a great story.
Mouths, but she has a great story. Yeah, her and Rory have a great story together. I know you don't like.
I hate
how
the way
they
it
end
ended.
up.
It was
Yeah,
terrible, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Silence in the Library. Her storyline with spoilers. It turns out that well, I guess she's related to the doctor, right? So, or is that not?
Oh God, sort of. I mean,
sort of, right?
in-law. She's
in-law, right?
She's his mother-in-law,
right?
Amy's his mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law,
oh God.
Right? Yeah. So, but I love that whole. I love that whole. That whole era of Doctor Who was fantastic. That it got that good. And of course,
Kronos, I totally agree with you. I love. Hey, Mazurus, good to see you, buddy. I love Joe Grant. She is underrated. Joe Grant is one of my top. And Mazurus, hello there. Good to see you. Hi there. Adric is a least favorite of mine. Yeah, he sucks. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no one likes Adric, right? He's the Wesley Crusher of Doctor Who.
But
just shows you. I mean,
yeah,
before quote unquote there was toxic fandom. I mean, there were just characters that weren't well written and people didn't write. And then of course, I always say it's not the actor's fault. That's just the way they're written. And
yeah. I mean, I miss the days when Adric was my worst problem with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Then I missed the days when the Fox pilot was my first problem. What'd you say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about the Brigadier? Would he be considered a companion or not?
He's a companion.
Really?
He's one of my top 3 or 4. I love him.
He's fantastic, and of course Donna Noble. I love Runaway Bride. I mean,
love Donna Noble.
What a great episode, and she's
Greatness.
she's so spunky and doesn't put up with the Doctor, and she's on par with the Doctor, and it's not none of these this lovey-dovey Rose is not a bad companion, like you said, but just that whole, the love
the
affair.
puppy love crap. And she's 19 years old. It makes sense that she would fall in love with him, but he should be more mature than that.
He shouldn't reciprocate. Yeah.
But that's
Davies.
Always, if Davies had cast more of an uncle type, like a McCoy or Tom Baker, they wouldn't have had that problem. But he wanted to he added sex into the show because it was 2005. He thought you should add darkness and sex into the show. Yeah. I guess, look, it worked for people. I guess I understand it. At the same time, it's a lament for me as well. But good.
Yeah, and Cagle saying, sometimes it is the actress. True, yeah, they're not just not
yeah. Sometimes it is
and unlikable. Yeah, I can see that. But a lot of times, though, it's also That's the crappy writing. But yeah, we won't mention anything, any certain actresses that aren't doing that well in the news these days, because I hear they're going after channels for that now. But
What?
well, they were talking about, how Disney minus and all these people are going after, quote unquote, all the YouTubers who don't like this certain new movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes,
Which is
I've heard
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's what fandom is about. It's saying what you love or don't, or you hate. That's what makes it fun and interesting. You just have a debate about what without hurling insults and invectives, but just say what you like and don't like. So Adric is a perfect example of a beloved show where just the character, people don't like the character. So
I like the episode where he died. And to be fair, Earthshock's a great. I don't know if you've seen Earthshock. I mean, you've probably seen it. When he dies, that is a very, whether I hate the character or not, when I'm watching it, you turn all that stuff up. You hope the episode's good. And as dumb as he looks in his really, part of the problem, Adric, he looks like idiot, so stupid in that yellow outfit. But, that's actually a very effective death scene. I'm not saying because it's funny because he died. But I mean, obviously I don't like him. But point is, that's actually a pretty good heroic death he had, too. To be fair, he got a pretty good, send off.
Yeah.
You remember the episode? You remember that one? Yeah.
It's been so long, but yeah, I remember. And I've seen they play that clip, and you don't consider the 13th Doctor, but Yasmin Khan has got to be one of the worst. I mean, I guess if it doesn't count,
they don't count.
I mean, it's just so bad.
Yeah, they don't count. And even that, what's the dude? There was one of the old dude. With
he's good actually.
He's
Graham?
the only. Yeah, Graham's good,
Graham
but it
is
doesn't
good.
matter. The show's bad. Good actor, doesn't
bad.
matter.
Yeah, but
show's not Doctor Who anyway.
And I put myself all through that show, and he was one of the few. And of course, that's going back to what Skagel says, where an actor can kind of elevate some crummy material too. So maybe if you had a worse actor, it would have been even worse.
Yeah.
But, I never really liked Bill. I don't know. I just part of the writing, I guess.
No, everyone hates Bill. I'm surprised how many people. That's the most unpopular one so far.
Yeah, and that's just, and unfortunate, as you said, the stories were going down here. And Clara started off fantastic with that first episode when she was a Dalek, and then of course, then it just
Dave
took
G
off.
Sound. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Dave G. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Dave G. Yeah. So that was probably one of another example of a poorly written character.
Clara. She was. Oswin's not the same character, and she was already a Dalek, so we found out later. Spoiler alert. But she was great in that one episode, Asylum of the Daleks. And then the Snowman. Episode. I like that Clara in the Snowman, the one that was back in the, Oliver Belamonte, good to see you. The one that was back, in when the Doctor was in his pouting crybaby exile in the Snowman, which is it's one of my favorite. It's a great Christmas special, but you know what I'm talking about when the Doctor's the first Clara from the past that he met back in the 1800s or whatever, and that the Snowman.
Okay, I'm trying to remember now.
It's a Christmas special called The Snowman. It was right after Amy and Roy were lost.
Oh yeah.
And he was all in exile for who knows how long.
Yeah, and
he met Clara. That Clara,
that's right,
died.
Yeah,
and then of course he sees her again, but that one she was okay in that.
She was good in that. Yeah,
really good.
Well written.
Even though they got all romantic too, still got all romantic, but still.
Well, if you're stuck there that long with somebody,
But then they do it. No, then that first episode where they brought the modern Clara, pretty good episode. It was all right.
Yeah, it was good.
It just kind of started. The Snowman, yes, the Return of the Great Intelligence, which I thought was I love seeing them doing that because, that was when the show was still great in a lot of ways, in spite of problems, because you got a character from the Troughton era that you hadn't been seen since. They bring back the GI, the Great Intelligence. That was really, really cool. Love that episode. Ian,
I just thought of Captain Jack too, the face of Bo.
Yeah, I mentioned Captain Jack earlier. No one's really talked about him much, but he's a great companion.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah,
love Captain Jack.
And we won't count the last stuff that was.
Oh, not that last one. Ugh.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's not Captain.
But what a great character arc too, and they never can. He is the face of Bo, but it's never confirmed too, which I love.
Yeah,
they kind of leave a little bit of ambiguity there, where all right, it's probably him. But in working back, knowing that
He is the face of
from
both.
seeing that episode, I mean, it just just great. And I
Ah.
think people today, we're Doctor Who is such a rich history. I got to go back and watch the original episodes again. There's a ton of them I haven't watched, I'm sure, because just used to watch it on PBS through the years, and just my friend's dad had VHS tapes, so you'd watch, series or whatever. But it's been years and years since I went back and watched those. I rewatched the New Who, or I shouldn't call it New Who, but the continuation over, because
People call it that, so yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Classic Who, New Who, but it's still combined, but yeah.
But when the 13th Doctor, who shall not be named, came out, it just left such a bad taste in my mouth that I
watched that one again.
I had to go back. And I'm like, I gotta watch something good again. So I watched Eccleston season again, and yeah, it's a great season. That first
recently,
first
you mean?
season. Well, within the last year, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they were really good. Eccleston had some great stories too. I mean, the Empty Child of the Doctor Dance is a 2-part masterpiece in my opinion. That's brilliant story. I love it. Father's Day I thought was amazing. The episode, yeah.
Was that the one where Rose finds out? Is that the one where
saves her father?
Saves her father, and then it messes up the universe.
Yeah, I love that.
That's fantastic, and a kind of a City on the Edge of Forever with vibe.
Yes,
but not a total rip off, but a vibe on that. Yeah,
and Dalek was great. That was a great one.
Yeah.
When
he's yelling, when the Doctor says, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" in the beginning, that's when you know the Doctor is scared.
Yeah,
of something. Yeah.
Oh man, that show was so good for a while.
When he finds out, and that's for people. It's kind of the collector. For people maybe haven't seen that episode, but he's collecting all these aliens and items, and there's a Dalek in the basement, and the Doctor freaks out, finding, seeing what's in there. And I think the Dalek, wasn't he damaged, or he was. Yeah, want to talk to him. Yeah. That's a brilliant episode.
That's a great one. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, companions are important to this show, and they're all. Well, let's look at the poll. Let's see, because I put this up later, and I can only pick 4, as you know. So I'm sorry, everyone, if I didn't pick the right 4, but we have 21 votes so far. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm only shocked by these polls. Okay, in first place. Or last place, if you want to look at it that way, with 43% of the vote. The question was, of course, who is your least favorite Doctor Who companion? Of these 4, I must say. I'm sorry it's not a write-in thing, folks, because it could be like 30 if they had a poll. So,
how many companions?
In first place, the dubious position of first place is Bill Potts, number 4 with 43%. Second is Clara Oswald with 29%. This is 21 votes so far. And Adric in third place. Wow, man, I'd have picked him first for me at 24%. And Mel, and only 5%. So people like Mel better than me. Mel was pretty annoying. I just put her in there because she's annoying. I don't know. I should have put Tegan, maybe. Tegan would have got more votes. Tegan's annoying. She's a bitch. Mel's not a bitch. Though. Mel's not a mean person. She's just annoying. So I probably should have put Tegan. Hey, RRTNZ. Hey there. She says, Graham, 30th was played by Bradley Walsh. Who, he's a great actor. Was on Law and Order UK, but more famous as host of popular UK game shows, including The Chase. I did not know that. Well, thank you, RRTN. Like I say, Bradley Walsh is a great actor. I've forced myself to sit through the horrible chibi Jodie garbage, and found him to be the only, only one there that was competent at all at doing anything. The only one to even like. Keiko says Channel 13 PBS was where I watched Doctor Who, as well as it's where I watched Zoom 321. I remember that. Contact.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Zoom 321 Contact. Remember that? That was
a great show. I love
movie show.
Contact.
Yeah. Cosmos, Mr. Wizard. Yeah. Cool.
And the goodies would be on once in a while after 321 Contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Wasn't 321 Contact? What was that one? That was the TV, the movies.
No, that was like a kids show. It was like a kids show, like a kids variety show.
I'm thinking of a different show. Sorry.
Yeah, it had like a scientific basis, if I'm remembering correctly. Like it was always like a educational show with science stuff and math stuff and all that. Like educational stuff, and they tricked you to making it interesting, if I'm remembering correctly.
Could be.
And I'm guessing that was Channel 13. That so it was. Is that the New York City area, West Kegel or Northeast? That was PBS 13 was New York.
Must be up
New
there
York
near
City.
you. Could be.
Yep.
Could be yours.
Guessing. Yep.
It was 12 in New Orleans. It was 30. It was like 30. It was 27 here. It was UHF here. Remember those days? VHS.
Yeah.
VHF and UHF.
I remember my friend telling me,
Yep.
Look, you can turn your TV to UHF and you put the antenna on. There's like a channel 47 you can watch.
Yeah.
Was Dr. Demento on there, or what the heck was on there?
No, that's radio.
No, that was radio. Demento was radio. Who was? There was a couple of crazy shows you could watch on UHF, and a friend and then like, wow, we get more than 5 channels. But like would never come in well, but you could, you kind of like hold your arm out, add some wires to it. Yeah.
We got it all on UHF. Yeah, he said yes, it was New York. Did Doctor Who?
Yep.
On PBS continue into the 90s and 2000s up until it was on a bit of the 90s. I don't know if it, at least not it lasted in the 90s for a little while here, then eventually just faded away. Although I think some stations might have still played it up until 2005. Then later, of course, the Sci-Fi Channel started showing it for a while. Only the Tom Baker ones, I think, though. I'm not sure. But for a while, anyway, in the early 90s. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I just bought them all on, I bought almost any ones I could get on VHS tape.
Yeah, what's Kegel saying here? Yeah, back when they fooled us into learning. Yeah, love that.
Yep. Yepper indeed, sir.
Oh yeah. There is a Hungry Boy. There's a UHF film, Weird Al Yankovic's film, the UHF. Yeah.
Oh, UHF. I love that movie.
yeah. I got that.
Something weird. Yeah, that's one of my. I love that movie. Yeah, you got that.
I got that. Yep.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Lesbian Yahtzee hookers abducted by UFOs and forced into weight loss programs.
Oh God.
Sexless furniture. What do you think? That's Geraldo. Shite. Well, anyway. What else is going on with you, man? What you got going? Anything?
Well, I just got that big charity dinner tomorrow night. So we're gonna have. Do you remember Patrick Kearney from the NFL?
Yeah. What about? Wasn't he? I'm not sure what position he played. But I know the name.
So he was deep. Was he middle?
Was he like a defensive tackle? Was he? He was a linebacker or a DB?
Yeah, let's see. Patrick Kearney.
I
should know this because he played 11 seasons in the
with the
NFL.
New York Giants, right? Or
no, he was with the Falcons and the Seahawks. Yeah.
So he was a defensive back.
Defensive back. Yep. Okay. So wearing number 97. Yep. So he's going to be speaking at the dinner tomorrow night.
97. Oh, he must have been a linebacker. I mean, a lineman then or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for his
defensive end. If he was, wasn't he like a lineman? Oh well, I can't remember shit.
No, defensive end. Yeah.
Defensive end. If he's 97.
Yeah. That was from sacking Aaron Rodgers here. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So he played 6'6".
I assume New York because you're up and it was up.
Yeah, but he lives around here, so near the dinner. So we're just trying to get local people to because then. It's less travel and we're trying to raise money for kids, so then that helps getting local people. So so he'll be there, and John Filippelli from the Yes Network will be speaking as well. So for the Yankees Yes Network, so that'll be interesting to meet him. Yep.
Cool, excellent.
So, yeah, we have a lot of you would love if you were closer. You'd love to go to this because there's always on the dais. There's ton of professional athletes, football, baseball,
Cool.
you know, just who've been honored in the past, and you know, they invite them to the dinner so you can just chat, you know, chat with them and hang out with people, and yeah, it's a lot of fun just to mingle with these guys that are you know, you know, some of them are you know, heroes growing up. We're talking, you know,
Yeah.
sorry for the sports ball, but the same kind of thing if you met, you know, someone from you know, they say it'd be like you know, William Shatner, Captain Kirk there. If you're into sports, you know, that's a fun thing to have you know, and they're just normal people too when you talk to these guys, you know. You know, I was talking to Martin St. Louis. If you're a hockey player, you know, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm just, you know,
Yeah.
hanging out with him, having a beer, and it's like, God, this is, you know, this guy's a Hall of Famer, and I'm telling him about playing hockey in my town, how much I love playing hockey. It's like, you know, it was, you know, but he was just such a nice guy. And actually, one of my dad's good friends loved him from his time playing in Florida, and he was unfortunately suffering from cancer at the time and couldn't make the dinner, and you know, passed away. But I had him saying that we wrote a nice note on the photo. I said, you know, this is for my dad's friend who's got cancer, can't be here tonight. So he wrote a really nice note. And yeah, it's just they're really nice. Some of these guys are really nice, and ladies, female athletes too. But yeah, the first dinner in 1961. I guess what year did Doctor Who start? On
1963. In fact,
66.
November 23rd, 1963, a week from tomorrow will be the 60th anniversary day.
Yeah, so the first dinner they honored Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, and George Weiss. Now, I know you know who Jack Dempsey and Gene Tunney are.
He wasn't alive, but yeah, Stephen S.
So no, they were there at the let's see, what year did this is 1961, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Good to see you, Stephen.
Yeah. So they've had some great, you know, like Pat Summerall was there. I'll name a few football people that I know you would like.
Pat Summerall
was there with Yogi Berra that night. It was Yogi Berra, Pat Summerall, and Willie Ternisia. I don't know who that is. That was 1966. Let's see what other football, because you're mainly football, right?
I don't know any of the other ones.
You know these
my boys in there.
Baseball people. Yeah. So but yeah, that would have been a good night. Of course, they had let's see, who else is another football person. Let's see. Well, Sean Landeta, Bert Sugar.
Landeta was a punter.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Yeah, he was fun to me. Yeah, he was great. Yeah. Oh, Steve Young was there. Yep.
Real Wade Nations clips. Hey there.
Hey, Wade.
Hey, Clobberin pliers were used to cut the metal braces in my mouth at home. No pain meds needed. Ouchers.
Ouchies.
Wow.
Oh, hope you're feeling okay. Yeah. Well, one of my last sports ball thing, I've told this story before, but Mike Richter was there, the hockey goalie who won the Stanley Cup of the New York Rangers, and he's telling, like, his kid is like 8 years old, and they're playing, you know, like pickup hockey in the driveway, and there's 5 kids, so they need another person to, you know, play goalie, and so Richter's kid is like, well, my dad can play goalie, and the other kid is like, yeah, but is he any good? Like, no clue who Mike Richter was. You know, he's an 8-year-old kid, and the little kid and Richter's there laughing. The 8-year-old kid's like, yeah, but is he any good? It's like Hall of Fame. You know,
that's not sports ball; it's sports puck.
Sports puck. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, that was a fun story.
Yikes! Weird. Damn. Well, unless you have any enabling to do, we can start moseying.
Oh yeah, well, there was something I got in the emails today for enabling. I know people have been going crazy with the animated cells. So
lose more discomfort from no braces now. The pain. Oh boy, now then. Sorry about that.
Eat a lot of ice cream.
Doing fine though. Well, that's good to know. Good, I'm glad. One other.
Used to eat ice cream, right?
I think I have one thing to address up here from. Yeah, well, I'll address this really quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it, Oliver. But since you're here, when we did all my topic, yeah, I saw the Pedro Pascal thing. I don't
I
think
was
it's
gonna mention
confirmed
that.
yet. I don't think it's confirmed yet about him playing Reed Richards. And Javier Bardem, I heard that one too. That's just, no one's going to play Galactus unless he could play a cloud or they're going to be an actual giant CG. But
It's just the voice. It's just the voice.
It's a dumb voice, dumb choice for voice. But here's basically, without going too far into it, because I haven't seen it confirmed. They're not making another Marvel movie for years now. Marvel's tanked them. The stupid Captain Falcon crap was pushed back to 2005 because it was crap for a bunch of people who got to see test screenings of it. There won't be another one movie till 2025. It looks like. So that's so far down the road. It's ridiculous. I don't know when they would even start filming. They still got to cast everybody. The thing about it is, all right, Pascal, good actor, crappy person, miscast. It's a silly miscasting, but I'm surprised they cast a dude. A sort of white. I guess he's Hispanic, whatever. Basically, it's a European white dude ish. So I'm surprised he got cast in the role. And after that, if that's the case that he is cast, wait till you see the other three. Because oh my God. Whew. But I don't think we're going to know anything for a while anyway. Not that it matters. I hope they never do it. But I'm not angry because I don't care. Those people, unless I am in charge of a Fantastic Four movie, it's not going to be done right anyway. So there you go. And they're not going to be calling me.
Yeah, I think they should call Clobberin Times.
Right.
He's a decent actor. He just doesn't. I can't imagine him as Reed Richards. Now, doesn't mean that he can't pull it off or they can't make him look a little bit more Reed Richards like. But he just doesn't have the face for Reed Richards. The other guy that played Reed Richards, that I can't pronounce his name. If someone could tell me how to pronounce Gaffard's first name,
I never could. But Jon Gaffard. I don't Jon, or I guess you got me.
But he was a little too young at the time. But he looked like,
I kind of liked him though. He was all
he
right.
Looked like, he was good as Reed. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he was too young, especially since Michael Chiklis was twice his age. It looked like it anyway. Yeah,
and Alejandro's saying Ewan.
Okay, Ewan. I still don't. Ewan Gaffard. Okay, fair enough. He's a good actor. He played Hornblower on that pretty cool TV show they did of Horatio Hornblower. So I like that guy. I like that actor. So I don't know whatever happened to him, but it doesn't matter. Ewan. Okay, Ewan Gaffard. He should change his damn name to John Gaffard or something, just to be if he's going to be an actor. But thank you.
No, I know. Yeah, I'll tell you, they don't make you change your name. But yeah, I think it's a miscast.
Oh,
probably it'll probably be the least wrong casting going forward with the way way Marvel's going now. I mean,
also. Yeah, it's a dead issue, but this actually isn't a dead issue. It's the Madam Web trailer's asinine and stupid. Why? It's CW Madam Web. Did you see that shit?
Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel, my most hated storyline of all of you guys. I'm quote unquote the friendly reviewer, but I hated that Ezekiel and Morbius. It was
I did
Moreland?
too. Moreland.
I despise
that's J.
that
Michael Straczynski. Why is
the spider totems?
Why is Madam Web a chick? A young girl? Is that
she was an ancient? She was an ancient. No, Madam Web was always old.
Must be recent shit.
I don't remember making her younger. Or did the original Madam Web die? Then she got replaced.
Oh God, I don't know.
Didn't she?
I can't believe they made that shit. Who even knew that was made until they showed that trailer today?
yeah, but I'm like, wait a minute, who's? I'm like, who are these characters now? And they're like, oh, Ariana, it's Ariana or whatever. And
we got these Spider Girl people.
Jessica Drew.
Jessica Drew's in this.
Yeah, Jessica. Oh, Julia Carpenter's in it too.
Why don't they call it Spider Woman and make it about
Julia Carpenter. No, Julia Carpenter's in it. I'm mixing up my spider.
Okay, so Julie Carpenter. All right, Spider Woman. Fine. It's stupid because she's a girl. They're all like, this is CW crap, and it might go the way of Craven. When did that's ever going to get released? Never. And neither is this. This ain't coming out. That's a trailer. They probably won't release it. anytime soon. Because remember, Craven was supposed to come out in August. It's like
Yeah,
Morbius.
that's gone. Yeah,
Sony.
I hate that storyline.
I hate it too. It sucks.
It's the spider totems and Moreland. You know, because it's insinuating that Parker gets his powers. The spider was given his power, and the radiation just was an accident.
Right.
How stupid is this? And then all these spider creatures are going against him, and Moreland and Ezekiel is training him then after to fight Moreland, and like, oh, I can't stand.
I hate it. That
And the guy is definitely Ezekiel looks nothing like Ezekiel, the actor. Matty Franklin, they switched. And if someone can tell me differently, I don't know in the chat, but I think did Madam Web die? Then she got replaced by someone younger.
HB said he sadly read some of the replacement Madam Web comics. Garbage, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, well,
very true, West.
My memory wasn't so crappy there.
No property Hollywood won't ruin, that's for sure.
Well, I do Vanya Corazon's first appearance. Maybe that'll go up in value.
Probably key issue soon.
Another Spider Girl, but she lasted like 6 issues. They had her, and then she disappeared for years.
All right, HB, good to see you. Don't be a stranger like you've been, man. Seen you in years. We're mad at you. No, I'm just kidding. Take it easy, dude. Be good, babe.
Take care.
So, Madam Web, Jesus Christ. All right, Sony, look. 2 Venom movies nobody really gave a shit about, but at least, some people thought they were okay. I didn't watch.
Did you see the second? I didn't watch the second one.
I never watched either one of them. All right, but my point is that. Then you have Morbius, for God's sake. Now, they got lucky with No Way Home because they were part of that with, all the big budget, all that kind of shit, and with Disney. So they partnered up with Disney and they got that one. Then you do Craven. It's not, why? For God's sake, why?
Without Spider-Man.
And without Spider-Man, I hate the movies with villains without the superhero. Then Madam Web. Who in the flying crap called for that one? Who decided to make that crap? Jesus.
Good night, D-Bud.
Good night, D-Bud. You going, brother?
This is me too. Night all. Yeah.
Yeah. We're about to get out of here. So anyway, let's to hell with it.
Yeah, I mean, and the costume for Ezekiel looks so hard. I'm like, who is this guy supposed to be? It's just
let's get the hell out of here.
Costume. He never wore a costume in the comics, right? Ezekiel.
I don't shit know. I didn't even
read them all.
I watched the trailer on the little bitty phone this morning. I was like, what? Is this a joke? I thought it was a fan thing. In fact, I was looking at that tweet. It was on Twitter. I said, this is a fan movie. This can't be real. And I kind of recognized the girl, Dakota Johnson, but I was like, this is no way this is made up, or it's a TV show.
Yeah. And you're going to do it without Spider-Man. How could you have Madam Web?
They did Venom without Spider-Man. They did Morbius without Spider-Man. They did Craven without Spider-Man. Who needs Spider-Man? Probably people who might want to watch it might need Spider-Man. Yeah. Jesus, why don't you do Doc Ock next? Give him his own movie. And then, hell, give Vulture his own. And by the way, give Paste Pot Pete his own movie. Jesus.
Well, the girl playing Julia Carpenter is really cute, so
that's fine. Yeah, I mean, put that on the CW. It's probably going to be straight to something, or I don't know.
Well, that's what they're saying. Destroy. That's what they're saying. The Marvel should have just been on D minus. It's like, why spend $200 million? I mean, for what you got. It sounded like it was exactly. Didn't look like a $200 million movie to me. So some of these things could be. Back in the day when that does Marvel, well, I guess there are pilots that are failed pilots and turned them into movies like Doctor Strange, in the 70s. A TV special, yeah, that would be fun, but it's got to be something really good to get people to go out to the movies. So one of the things with the Marvels they were saying is people are like, oh, just wait till it streams, right? Why, go out to the movie theater, especially if the word of mouth isn't great, then people, just stay home and wait for it till it's quote unquote free on stream. It's not free on streaming because you're paying for it, but then they just wait.
Yeah, the hell with them.
Of course, my niece though said that one of her friends loves Captain Marvel, so she wanted to know if I could suggest any. She's a 10-year-old girl, so no, don't say anything. But yeah, she loves Captain Marvel with her friend. She's like, I want to find some Captain Marvel Christmas stuff. So But
Yeah.
so I've got to find her some toys or something.
Did she
But
go to the
that's-
movie?
I don't think she went to the movie. I got to ask her if she wants to go. I don't want to go.
How the hell did she
take
find
her
out
to the
about
movie.
Captain Marvel? There's only like a couple movies. Nobody buys the comics. I don't know how she knows about her unless she's got some kiddie show.
Oh, she loves Wanda. She loves WandaVision.
Okay.
Into that. But it's a different way of looking at things too when you're
Maybe she
you know,
watched
much younger
Endgame because
kid.
she's in and she saw Endgame. She's all powerful in that. Yeah.
Well, and she probably
Unless she
watched
saw the
movie.
first movie, or she
Yeah.
probably watched the TV show, right?
Are there any cartoons with Captain Marvel on it? No, I haven't watched.
There might be one of those like kitty cartoons on that they've done.
Yeah.
They've done some cartoons. I don't know. Maybe she's on one of those. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, but I mean, I can see where some kids, like it's a different level of liking things too. When when you're that age, but yeah, just obviously no one showed up for that one. So who's going to show up for this Madam Web? Captain Marvel had that it was a hugely successful movie. The first one, you could argue is probably Marvel's running high there, and people are going to go see anything that Marvel put out at that point. But yeah, it's quite a drop off for the second film. So but,
Screw it. All right. Well, what you got going on?
well,
Plug away.
I shall plug away. Yep. So if you want to see watch like 40 hours of streaming of 3D printing, you can play it at double speed. I finally finished the Darth
20 hours.
Pumpkin. Yeah, but there's all 6 parts, so if you go add them all up, I think it's like 40 hours of streaming I gotta see with the lid and the top. So but I'll have to do a video of the finished project because came out pretty big. So my wife's gonna be like, that's going in the attic until next Halloween. But yeah, that was a fun project. So I don't think I'll be around. I won't be around for the clubhouse tomorrow night. Maybe I can pop in at the end, depending what time I get back. But
I'll see if we can should we postpone our reviews?
It's up to you guys.
I don't know. Do you want us to? I mean, because you and I
Well, if you
postponed
could,
to
yeah.
yeah. I'll talk to you. We'll just. All right. Well, see, the thing is, tomorrow night's the clubhouse. We're not going to do reviews then, and the next week it's Thanksgiving. I'm going to be on, but I don't know if you'll probably be busy doing family stuff.
I'll probably be in turkey coma. I mean, I can pop on later, but
I got nothing going on. I'll be by myself at Thanksgiving, so I'm just going to do nothing.
Sorry.
But I'm going to be on. I'm just saying I'm going to be on. So
yeah, so do like a
later. It's be 9:00 at night anyway. So what the hell? Even if it was doing something. So
yeah.
And then the week after that, I should get back in time. I'm going to be leaving that Sunday night to go to Florida.
Okay.
So it means I'll leave. So the Saturday night Star Trek after the next, I'll be the last. I don't know how I'm gonna do the show when I'm gone. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but what you got?
Well, I
going
mean, we didn't start doing reviews on the show from the beginning, did we? Anyway, it would just be like didn't we just do it like a general hangout anyway? So
what?
Not when we started the clubhouse, we didn't. Did we have reviews on the first show? I think, or was that?
No, we'll figure it out. Yeah, Raquel
we'll
and
figure it out. Yeah,
I'll tell her we'll postpone reviews until we get back in December,
Yeah.
I guess. So no reviews tomorrow night of the comic or Blake 7. I do. I'll entertain her something. I've came up with some. The other night we came up with some really crazy stuff that's going to drive her, and that I'm gonna enable her on her just to show her some stuff. So I'll show you about it when we get it done. But yeah. So anyway, anything else to announce before you got the Geek Report?
Oh, we'll be doing Sunday Night Geekery. We'll be there,
Okay.
and I should be around hopefully for Saturday Night Star Trek.
Oh, good.
But kids are coming in back, with Turkey Day. Kids are coming back into town, but I don't think we're going anywhere. Oh, I did have one quick enabling thing. So I know
how quick.
I can do it in like
Just
30 seconds.
Take your time. Go ahead. They don't have to be 30
no,
seconds.
Well, and just
Go for it.
Everyone wants to get out of here anyway, but here, if
we
you're
haven't hung in a while, so go ahead, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I've been this project.
We hung last night on Nick's, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, but this project's been
yes, Ezra. I'm going. A brother of mine lives in Florida, and I haven't had vacation about 8 years. It's not a real vacation, nothing's fancy, but I'm going to go for about 4 days next week. My son and I are going to drive over there. My mom and dad will be there a week earlier than us, and they'll be there, hang out a little bit. So It'll be after Thanksgiving. So, anyway,
Well, if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, of course, Mondo Shop is awesome. So here's the Panther 1/6 scale. It's $500. But I mean, they do a great job with these specialty figures. I mean, I'm not a huge Masters of the Universe fan, but
I hope so, Alejandro. I hope you are feeling better. I hope so.
yeah, feel better. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of people coming down with the vid these days. So one of my
So, Masters of the
buddies and his
Universe.
family. Yeah,
I didn't know
look
you
how
were
cool.
a Masters of the Universe fan.
I'm not. But
What are you
I
doing?
thought this would. I'm just showing people.
Show
you
us
know,
the
we could.
Tom. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you doing? Yeah, I will
No,
show it
good.
to Tom. Yeah, it cost him $500, but
I don't know if he. I know he's a fan, but
I mean, this
That's
is. I just as an action figure fan, I gotta
Holy
appreciate the
crap.
Gloria. That's imagine having the dineros to buy. You know, these $500.
Jesus.
But isn't
Yeah.
that gorgeous? Look, I mean, look at. They did a great job with these figures. So, just give them. I mean, great detail, great painting.
Which particular car would you rather own, Bessie or the Hoomobile? I love Bessie, but that's my name of my grandmother, so I love it even more. But I want the Hoomobile because you can fly. It flies. Good one though. So that is beautiful.
And look at all these figures they have. Yeah,
Especially
these are 1/6 scale. So this is like Az and Gary stuff. You know, if you got that kind of coin.
Yeah, that's big time, big spender stuff right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. So yeah, and look how big it is too. Yeah, so that's big, and you can only buy 3 figures per person per household. And the last thing I have to show is where'd my sweater go here? Let's see, where is it? And this is Star Trek Shop. This is safe to show because there's nothing else on this page. The only 2XL is sold out, but it's cool. Live long and prosper classic t-shirts. I'll put these links in the chat.
Lose weight if you don't get buy this shirt. In my case,
Yeah.
I'd never lose enough. Doctor,
I
we're
gotta lose
flying. Well, of course we're flying. I love that for Planet of the Spiders, the Hoomobile.
So
And you can go across water too. It's greatness.
So I'll put that in the chat. But I thought that was it's not so ugly of a sweater. I think that's really nice too. Too bad they don't have a size that'll fit me.
Yeah.
But,
That's beautiful.
That is pretty nice. Yeah, pretty darn nice. So
No filth on it. No filth anywhere. So
that's why I showed it. Yes, that's why I said it was safe to
safe to show. No filth.
Safe to show. No filth. Yeah.
No fucking filth.
Yeah.
Oh shite. Well, there you go.
Yep. So that was
All
quick.
right.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
I mean, if you got more, you can. I mean,
No,
that's
that's
long.
right. That's it. No, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's
Let me
see.
put these in the chat for everyone. Yep.
All right. Well, tomorrow night I will be at hopefully at Midnight Edge After Dark at 6 p.m. at Tom's with Tom and the gang over there. Then the clubhouse with no reviews this week. I'll talk to Raquel about, but Raquel and I will just hang out and talk to you. Hang out with you. We'll think of something. And we'll suspend reviews till we start back in December, because the next 2 weeks, let me look at the calendar here first.
December.
Probably so, because the next 2 weeks are 22nd and 23rd, which I'll be on. But I don't know if you guys, I don't know. Well, Raquel doesn't have Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she already had Thanksgiving, right?
But you're going to be, I don't know where you're going to be. I mean, you're probably not going to be.
It will be around, but I probably won't be home.
All right, so no reviews for the Thanksgiving because there's Thanksgiving things to do.
Yeah, but we can do it if I get home. If I get in, I'll definitely.
Or
jump
we can
on.
do it not to December. We can do it on the 30th. So tomorrow's the 16th. We'll resume. We'll give ample notice. But on the 30th of December, of course, is the will be a because they're crazy. There are 5 Thursdays of this month. We will have on the 30th of December. We'll do so for 2 weeks from tonight, or 2 weeks from tomorrow night, we'll bring back the reviews. So we'll just miss reviews for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, folks. It's the way it goes. Life gets in there and does stuff to you. You know what I mean? We'll be back on it though. Anyway, up until then, it's the clubhouse tomorrow. We'll still be on though. We'll be here. And then, of course, I will be on with Nick, excuse me, with Sean on Sean's channel with Sean and that's Sean's channel. Listen to me, sorry, J-Man's channel with Sean and J-Man. We're continuing our reviews of Jack Kirby's Fourth World at 6 p.m. Central on Friday night and 7 Eastern Friday night, and then you could, if you have a chance, go listen to Nick and the boys. I won't be able to make it this Friday night on their show, but they still have the 8:30 p.m. for the Friday night comic shop. I have to inform Nick of that one next time I talk to him. And then, of course, Saturday night Star Trek. I'll be here, same track time, same Clobberin channel, for 4 more scintillating episodes of Star Trek Voyager with the most wonderful first officer of the fleet, the Commander R.M. Briggs. And then again, Sunday night, Geekering the Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern, on the great Mark D with the C's channel. Please put your link in there if they haven't subscribed. If you have not subscribed already, please do. And
get close to 1,000. Yep.
Get there, absolutely. And of course, Monday night, on 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, on J-Man's channel with our Legion of Superheroes review. We'll either have a review of 3 issues as usual, or we may have a special guest on there. We're hoping to talk some Legion, but it'll be Legion no matter what. So looking forward to that. And then the usual business all throughout the rest of the week. Now, let me say some shouty outies to our wrenches, the great Eric K, Chris Persia, D-Bud Martin, Lord Dolph, J-Man, Kal-El, Matty Steady, Matty Outsidey, Max Redstone. And let's see. Also here with us in the Chi-Chi-Cha-Chi chat tonight. Wes Cagle, thank you. Max Redstone. Oh, the poll. Thank you, Max. See, some chief engineer didn't remind me.
Thank you, Max. Yep.
Thanks, Max. No, okay. The poll. Sorry, folks. Max, you rock. See, that's why we pay him the big bucks.
Big bucks. Yep.
25 votes. Who is your least favorite companion? Who'd you vote for?
Oh, I voted for Bill.
Wow. Bill has the dubious distinction of being in first place. That's 40%. I didn't know people there's so much hatred for Bill. Clara, who is, of course, 31% in second place. Adric the Smadric, the one I would vote for if I could, number 20. 20% in number 3. And Mel, the lovely Mel. Yeah, she had an annoying voice, but she wasn't hated, so that's good. She's a sweet lady, Bonnie Langford, but she just yelled too damn much, and so. But she's a redhead, so we give her a pass. Anyway,
yeah, redhead's get a pass. Yeah.
Yepper. So who else was in here? Up in Donnie. Thank you so much, Oliver Belamonte. Ezra Goldstein. Shalom, my friend. Your Muslim uncle. Thank you for the contributions. RTNZ. Thank you so much. Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Thank you, and I hope you feel better, my friend. Stephen S. Thank you for being here. Feel better indeed, sir. Don Power Rangers. Feel better, buddy. Oh, you weren't feeling bad. But condolences for your loss on your aunt. Sorry about that, buddy. Oliver Belamonte. Thank you for being here. HB, he's gone, already gone, but HB, thank you for being here. Could I be reached for further comment? Thank you so much. Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips, thank you. The Dadman Clan popped in for a second to say hello. Who else we got? Kronos Godwisen, thanketh youeth. Putin's Rat, Dave G Sound, Mazera's popped in, yay. Comic Relief Crusader, Larry. Likes his song. He doesn't like his name sung like that, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, Larry. Let's see. Make sure I want to get our bud JD Lewis. I'll take this time to thank anyone who lurked tonight. Thank you so much for watching on our download or our rewatch. Appreciate you so much. Um, 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 almost there. Stay on target. Almost there. You're too close. Loosen up. Lost Tyree, lost Hutch. It came from right. Stabilize your rear deflectors. Watch for enemy fighters. Red 5 standing by. I'm doing the Death Star trench here. Captain Infinity and beyond was here. Let's see. Luke, take Red 2 and 3. Wait for my signal to start your run. Yeah, stay there. I just lost my starboard engine. Boom, boom, boom. I want to watch the Death Star battle now. Are you like me that you can watch that scene anytime, forever? I love it. It's one of the greatest things ever, the Death Star battle scene.
Oh God, it's amazing. Yeah.
Sometimes when in 1977, when we would go watch like Smokey and the Bandit at the theater, or JL Picard was here in the Woke Breaker. Yay. I don't know JL, but just first met JL. And Nistral Niblick. Yay. We would walk into the theater at the end of Star Wars and sit there and watch the end.
Just watch the end, right?
I did that a few times. We go see Bad News Bears and Breaking Trading a much as well, when Star Wars was in the theater, and when, like Smoking the Bandit and all that, or whatever movie. Yeah. And if Star Wars was still in a world made from cardboard, thank you. We would J-Man was here, yay. We would go in there and watch the end of it. And we always got lucky. We came in right at the Death Star battle. Great stuff. That's one of the greatest scenes in history. Project Story Time was here. Alrighty then. Almost there, folks. Stay on target. Almost there. You're too close. Dave C. Let's get the hell out of here. I think we got everybody. Yeah, this is all of it. Maddie's daddy was here, but I didn't yell at him. I yelled at him, didn't I? Yeah. So, yeah. Keely Chow's here way back early on. So Penny was here. Love you, Penny. I know she had to go, but most of these people are already gone. But what the hell? They get yelled out anyway. FKHC 2005 Hike said he'd be watching it tomorrow. So, but again, thank you, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. So, good night, everybody, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
I just love clobbering time.